What's going on, y'all? Sorry, I'm trying to get some other stuff set up that I've been working on, and then we'll get right to this. I got some new software I'm trying to play around with, and that's really nice. Mm-hmm. How's everybody doing today, though? Everybody having a good day? I'm tired today. Oh, I don't think this thing's gonna work for me. It's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But that's okay. Making tacos. Tacos sound good. Tacos sound really good. Oh, did I turn on TikTok? I didn't. Oh, shoot. Oh, what's all that? Mm. All right, I'll have to work on this later because it's not working. But that's okay. It's not working, but that's okay. Sorry for you guys that were looking for me yesterday. I decided I was gonna go ahead and take Friday off since normally I take Thursday off. We did our giveaway on Thursday, so obviously I didn't get to take that off. But yeah. So sorry if you guys were looking for me yesterday. Oh wait, see, now that's working. Where have I been? I right, just a little late today. Just a little late today. Hope you guys didn't miss me too much. All right. So that is working. So, oh, actually, I might be able to get this thing working. I might be able to get this thing working. That's pretty cool. Let's see. And we'll see what that does. All right. Well, that's not working, but that's okay. Nothing is coincidence. What's going on? All right, y'all. Hey, as you guys are coming in, sorry, I'm going to be playing with a few things right now, just trying to get everything kind of moving. Just me. Thank you so much for the 2 month membership on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, we're about to get this thing going, y'all. I don't even have my phone line open yet. I got all sorts of stuff I got going on over here. It's going all right. My Saturday's going all right. I got a bunch of stuff going on right now on my screen. I wish you guys could see sometimes like how like my screen looks. like to everybody else. Like it's pretty wild how many things I have going on over here. Sometimes I wish you guys can see it, and then I'm like, oh no, like the fact that I'm able to control all this stuff and then still somehow manage everything is pretty crazy. Yes, I did get a haircut yesterday. For once, you guys are actually right. I did get a haircut for once. I get pretty much asked if I had a haircut like most days. So today, you guys are actually right. I did get a haircut. All right. Well, if you guys have been here before, you guys know the deal. We're about to get into some conversation, some debate, some banter, all the fun stuff. And we're gonna do that by again some phone calls. We're gonna get some people in here from all sorts of different platforms, and we're gonna have so we can have these conversations. I'm gonna go ahead and get into a conversation while I play around with some of these settings because I'm trying to figure out something on the go. So yeah, we're gonna kind of do two things at once. You think I can handle that? You think I can handle two things at one time? I know what I would do with $1 million. Because I don't want to keep you guys waiting while I do this. I don't want to keep you guys waiting while I do that. That doesn't seem fair. That doesn't seem fair. I've been working way too much with a whole bunch of different things. So just let you guys know if you guys do send messages or something like that and I miss them, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do, like I said, trying to fix everything. Oh, okay. Why in the heck? Oh my goodness. Well, I thought I was going to be ready to go. I got to pull up my backup real quick. Then we'll be ready to go. All right, now we're going to get ready to go. So, I have no idea how many people are even in here or what's going on. I can't even see any of my chats right now because I'm still trying to figure out everything and get my screens all set up the way that I want them set up so we can do this correctly. So, but we're going to get into some lives while we're doing this. Let me go ahead and pull this up over here. I am very unorganized today. So let's open up these phone lines. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys enjoy the show. Oh, that's weird. There was like 9 phone calls a second ago, and now as soon as I actually open the phone lines, then nobody wants to call in. That's funny. That's actually really funny. There we go. Hello? Hello? All right. I guess you're not there yet. Was there a second ago. All right, y'all. Like I said before, if you guys support Trump and you voted for Trump, go ahead and call that number above my head or text me, depending on what stream you're at. Hello, how are you?
Good.
Awesome. How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
24.
Are you confused by that question? Because if that question confuses you, we're going to have a really rough rest of this conversation.
No, I'm...
All right, man. Goodbye. Thought that was a pretty much layup question to get this thing started. I didn't know we were going to have so many issues with that. But all right. That's interesting. DJ Pauly, I like that. I actually do like that. All right, y'all, if you voted for Trump, and there's 2 ways you can get a hold of me. You can either call the number above my head, or you can hit that multi-guest request button. Actually, I think we got somebody over here, so that might beat me to it. Hi, how old are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm 35. I voted for Donald Trump
Awesome. Why is that?
because he's great
How?
and he's making America great
How?
again. Because, see, when the liberals were in office, they made it not great. And since they're gone, now it's great.
That's
And
not
it's
an
getting
answer to the
better by
question,
the day.
sir. Sir, I'm just gonna let you know like this ahead of time. I don't know like whose live you're like used to being on. I just asked you a very simple question, so just answer the question.
You asked me why.
Yeah, you just if why Donald Trump is great is because of the liberals, and that means you don't believe Donald Trump is great.
No, I do. I
Then
believe
why
that
is
was
he great?
because look at America. It's so much better now.
How?
Because you lost.
Sir, what did I lose?
Oh, that's right. You're in the middle. I forgot.
I'm not in the middle of. I'm not in
election,
the middle of anything. I just asked you,
after the election, you chose to be in the middle. But before the election,
sir.
you were
I
100%
wasn't
liberal.
in the middle before, and I'm not in the middle now. What are you talking about,
Before the election, you were for Kamala, but then when she lost, you became in the middle.
sir? I'm not in the middle right now. What are you talking about?
Oh, so you're for Trump then?
No, of course not.
So then you're for the guy that was catatonic,
I'm not
Biden?
for anyone, sir.
So you're for Kamala.
I'm not for anyone, sir.
Are you an American?
I am.
Well, most good, warm-blooded Americans like to vote. So did you vote?
I did vote. Yeah,
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Kamala Harris.
Do you feel bad that you wasted your vote?
I didn't waste my vote.
Well, I mean, you lost the House, the Senate. The
I didn't
popular
lose anything,
electoral
sir.
college.
Sir, I didn't lose anything.
You lost the House, the Senate.
Sir,
the
what?
popular
Sir,
vote,
I'm
and
sorry,
the
sir,
electoral
sir,
college.
sir. Hold on. This conversation is already digressing into something that I'm not interested in because this is just a this is
Because you're not winning?
no,
You're
I don't
losing?
know because there is no intellect in anything that
Drop
you're
me
saying.
because you're losing.
All right, sir. Well, how about this? I'm gonna try to get you to have
Drop me because you're losing.
last chance of me getting the sentence out, and I will drop you.
Drop me because you're losing.
All right, bye. Easy stuff. Not a problem. Guys, if you think I'm going to sit here and have your ridiculous low intellect conversations with you, I'm not. Not in the slightest. I have too many brain cells for that type of conversation. All right, we're going to open back up the phone lines. Keep this thing going. I appreciate you. Yeah. This is what happens. A lot of the MAGAs or whatever, they think that because Donald Trump won, that somehow they won something, which is like crazy to me because they didn't win anything. They won a bad economy, I guess. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How old are you?
I'm 57.
Awesome. Did you vote for Trump?
Hell no.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm only looking for Trump supporters right now. I do appreciate you. I hope you have a good one. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
22.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Why is that?
So, as myself, as a world-renowned philosopher, I mainly support him due to the fact that, for a lot of reasons, that he sort of aligns with a lot of the things I talk about in my books. A lot of reasons that he sort of aligns.
Hello?
Oh yeah, wait. Did you not hear my explanation? I'm sorry. Did you not hear that, or?
I heard it for a second and then you kind of disappeared.
Oh, sorry. Do I need to repeat?
I heard it for a second
I
and then you kinda
genuinely don't
disappeared.
know. Like I'm not. Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Do
so,
I need
like
to?
I said,
Heard it
as
for a second
world-renowned
and you kinda
philosopher,
disappeared.
like I think he's.
Oh,
sorry.
okay,
He's
so,
a
like I
lot of
said,
as a
world-renowned
world-renowned
philosopher.
philosopher.
A lot of characteristics I demonstrate in my books.
Heard it for a second.
I think that's really why I would characteristics I demonstrate in my books.
Heard it for a second.
I think that's really why I would characteristics I demonstrate in my books.
What is going on?
That's really why I would
Holy shit. What in the hell was that? Holy crap. That was wild. Holy crap. That was bad. I think. Is this Russia, Russia, Russia? Did I just get hacked? Is this Russia, Russia, Russia? Did I just get hacked? What the heck was that? What the heck was that? All right, y'all, we're going to keep moving on. We're going to go to the next person. I really appreciate you guys. Y'all, if you guys would like to support the live, I do have super chats open. I do have memberships open, subs, all that fun stuff. So if you'd like to support the live, I really, really appreciate you guys. I think that might have been on me. I'm not 100% sure. But hey, I'm gonna keep working. Like I said, I'm kind of working on something over here. I might have actually accidentally just clicked something wrong, or maybe I don't know. We'll see what's up. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. If you guys would like to support or like to be a part of the live, be a part of members. Oh, also, we are running bingo. Bingo is live tonight. If you're in my Discord, bingo is live. So make sure you guys are playing bingo tonight if you're interested in trying to win that last hoodie. Really appreciate that. All right, phone lines are back open, and we're gonna keep this thing going. Really appreciate y'all. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Awesome. How old are
I'd
you?
like to be on your podcast. I'm 23 years old.
23 years old?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Do you support
And
Trump?
I do support Trump. Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
I support Trump because he just made a thing where to get back the fitness program. I don't know if you heard about that. He's getting things all ready to go. Gonna also have the tax cut.
Yeah. What's the benefit of this?
He's done a lot of good things the past
Sir,
few months.
sir,
in office.
sir. Let's chill out for a second, okay? Now, why is the fitness thing a good thing?
Because before, they cut that out, and you got people the highest obesity rate, and now,
Actually, we had the highest obesity rate before and after that program went into effect. We've had the highest obesity rate since
when it got taken down in 2013, it skyrocketed.
No, it did not.
And
There's zero data that shows that.
There was an analytic data that Trump did, and
An analytic data that Trump did.
yes, yeah. The graphic he showed, yes, sir.
All right,
Yes,
sir. Well,
sir.
the graphic that Trump shows doesn't mean much to me. Do you have any data actually showing that that's accurate?
I do. I mean, I wish I could pull it up, but I can't do that on the live, unfortunately. And I'm also
Well, then just tell me where you saw it,
fitness.
and that's totally fine. I'm cool with just you telling me where you saw it.
Yeah. So one sec. If you can go on, do you have Trump's Twitter? I don't know if you follow
Sir, Trump's Twitter is not data. Just because Trump says something does not make it true in the slightest. Actually, Donald Trump has over 30,000 confirmed lies just in his last term. So you just saying that Trump said it means absolutely nothing to me. Do you have any actual data from like an independent source saying that happened?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where can I find that?
Yeah. So, like I said, on Twitter.
Sir, Twitter is
There's
not a
a
source of
graph.
data. Okay?
It's not?
No. Because
Okay,
I
but
can go
you
on
don't-
Twitter and just type something on Twitter and I can say everything that you just said is wrong. Does that make that then accurate?
Well, I don't see how it's wrong when he did a thing just 2 days ago and signing something for that. You don't support that?
I don't support something that you haven't proven to me fixes anything. No.
Okay, but let me get to this question, though, with you. You don't support what Trump is trying to do.
What do you mean what he's trying to do? Donald Trump tries apparently to do a whole bunch of stuff. I think support things that he actually does that are actually good.
Like not putting taxes on over, 40 hours of work on overtime. You don't think that?
I think that's an excellent policy. And I mean, you do realize that's a Bernie Sanders policy that he just stole, right?
He stole it?
Yeah, that was a Bernie Sanders policy from 2016.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. That was a Bernie Sanders policy. Before it was a Bernie Sanders policy, it was actually a Rand Paul policy. If you want to go, far into that, but yeah, not taxing things like that, it would be definitely like more of a leftist policy, more than the right wing policy whatsoever. I don't really have a problem with it, except for the fact that that the way he did it doesn't really make much of a difference. He's not actually not taxing it. He's making it where you can claim a tax deduction on it at the end of your tax credit or at the end during your tax season. And honestly, it's only up to a certain amount of money. I think it's like $25,000 for no tax on tips, and I think it's $12,500 for no tax on overtime. I think it's like
Yeah.
something like that. So we're talking about numbers that are truly minuscule when we're coming to actually how it is happening. It's just a deduction. And I believe that
Okay.
it only says it's for cash tips on the tips one, which is, I mean, honestly, if you've ever worked tipped, that no one really claims their cash tips anyway.
But do you think you're okay? For me, I'm a firefighter, EMT firefighter. When Bill, when Barack Obama and Democrat was in office, I just didn't make that much money. Do you think now that you, as an individual, are making more money or less money?
So I think as an individual,
About how you
as the United States, we're making more money right now, but we're making more money under Biden than we were from the first Trump administration. Also, the median household income has risen pretty consistently.
Yeah. Do you know the reason why was because Biden pretty much did that.
Biden pretty much did what?
He cut the oil pipeline and blew up. Gas prices skyrocketed.
He didn't. He did what to what pipeline?
He took down the pipeline in Canada, and the gases of prices skyrocketed.
So,
Right,
sir,
so
does
Trump-
it sound right to you to say that he took down a pipeline that's not in our country? Does that sound right to you?
That's where it was before when Trump was in office in 2016. Gas prices were $2.39. It doubled. The housing.
Sir,
doubled.
I'm not asking if gas prices went up. I know that gas prices went up. I'm asking you, does taking down a pipeline in Canada make sense to you? How would Donald Trump or how would Joe Biden have the ability to take down a pipeline not in our country?
He shut it down, even in Texas too.
Did you say even in Texas too?
Yes, in Texas. Yes, I'm not.
He shut down a
joking.
Canadian
Yes.
pipeline in Texas.
Canadians. Yes.
Okay. Again, sir, does that sound like it makes sense to you?
What he's trying to implement is no gas because of the air or something, the atmosphere.
All right, sir.
And
Let
he
me
wants
explain to you what's going on. Let me just explain to you what's going on, and then we can go from there. Okay. Now that I finally figured this part of it out, so I can freaking actually pay full attention to you now. All right. So Joe Biden didn't shut down any pipeline. The Keystone XL pipeline was shut down by the Supreme Court under the Trump administration from the first term. That pipeline carried what's called tar sands oil. Tar sands oil is used to make plastics. It carried it from Canada down to the Gulf of Mexico to be refined into things that could create plastic and then to be shipped out. Okay. The pipeline was less than freaking 15% completed, so therefore it was not carrying any oil. So shutting it down would not have affected the gas prices whatsoever. All right. And it was just the XL part of that pipeline. There was already a part of that pipeline that was already going. Okay. So Joe Biden didn't shut down any pipeline. The Supreme Court shut down the pipeline. And on top of that, it would not have affected your oil prices whatsoever.
Really?
Yes.
All right. I mean, I disagree with you.
That's not, there's no disagreement to be had, sir. This is not let's have an agreement or a disagreement about whether the pipeline that was shut down by the Supreme Court was shut down by the Supreme Court. It was shut down by the Supreme Court. I'm informing you that it was.
Okay.
Okay.
But when Biden took office, prices went up. Not just that, food, housing.
Yeah, there was this little cool thing. I don't know if you've heard of it. It was called COVID.
Yes, I did. Yes.
You heard of it? That's good. So we had this cool thing called COVID, right? Which literally was the largest economic disaster we'd had in like 100 years. Worldwide
Yes, I
inflation
agree.
rose
Yes.
to over 10%. Okay.
Yes.
Across
Yes.
the world.
Yes.
So if we
Yes.
had this giant, large economic disaster that happened right at the time that Biden got in, do you think that the prices going up was because of Biden, or do you think it was because of the large economic disaster?
I'm going to say both.
No,
I'm gonna
sir, it's
say
not because of both. It's because of one. Inflation rose in every single country on the planet. Every single one.
Every single one. Okay.
So if inflation rises in every single country on the planet, how is that Biden's fault?
How is that Biden's fault? Well, should have stopped it.
He should have stopped COVID?
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Wow, man, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one before. I've heard Biden get blamed for a lot of things.
It's insane.
But I've never heard he should have stopped COVID. That's a new one for me.
That. He should. I mean, yeah, it was not. I'm going to be honest with you. It was not. So, like, if I was in office or you're in office, would you try to do something? With that,
he did try to do something with it, sir. He actually recovered us from COVID faster than any industrialized nation on this planet.
He did.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Literally when a year after he got into office, after everything was reopened back from COVID, the United States inflation rate was over 9%. By the time he left, it was under 3%.
Okay.
Yeah, he did a whole shit ton. See, I think this is where people really get confused when it comes to Joe Biden or or any of these things, right? For some reason, Donald Trump gets handed an economy from Obama that is just humming. That's just amazing. That's great. Okay? That was just awesome. Right. And for some reason, he gets handed an economy that's great, but people give Donald Trump the credit for that, even though he didn't really have to do anything. Joe Biden, on the other hand, gets handed an economy that's horrific because we're in the middle of COVID, so it's bad, right? And then Biden gets blamed for the economy that was handed to him because of COVID.
Okay.
Y'all, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Make sure you guys turn on those notifications. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So if Biden did all of these things to help improve our economy, like we had everything from the American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, the Chips and Sciences Act, just legislation after legislation after legislation after legislation, right? We had all of these things that were super, super awesome, right? Donald Trump, what policies has he done to make anything better?
What policies he's done?
Mm-hmm.
He is implementing border.
No, I'm talking about the economy, sir. Let's start with the economy. If you want to go to the border, we can go to the border. I'm talking about the effects that he's had on the economy.
The effects that he's had on the economy. Well, I mean, the prices of things are getting lowered.
That's sir. For sure. Sir, well, actually, the prices of things are up across the board in the United States since Donald Trump took office, and inflation just rose to 2.7%.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder why.
It's not hard to figure out why he's putting in tariffs, and tariffs cause inflation.
Okay. So, you don't think that's going to get lowered soon?
No, he's adding more tariffs, and if tariffs cause inflation and he's adding more tariffs, then why would that get lowered?
He's doing something where he's doing the right thing, though. That's the thing. He's people are agreeing with what he's doing. He's going into Russia. He's going to other countries, and they're agreeing with what he's doing.
Who's agreeing with what he's doing?
Iran.
Who's agreeing with what he's doing?
The prime minister in Russia, in Mexico.
Russia just, dude, freaking Donald Trump put down we have to do something about Russia. Like Russia is going to freaking listen to us. And Russia hasn't even responded. He gave them a 50-day window in order to, negotiate some type of deal or whatever. And then he just had to change it from 50 days to 10 days because Russia didn't even pick up the phone to call him.
Oh, okay. he's also doing a good thing by stopping the spread of the Russia and Ukraine war. Has that been going on?
Stopping the spread of the Russia-Ukraine war, sir? The Russia-Ukraine war is still going on, very, very
It's
strong.
still going on.
It has not slowed down in the slightest.
Really?
Really.
It's insane.
Oh, okay.
They ask me if I'm lying. I say, really. I'm on my mind. I say, really. Sorry. I actually heard that song earlier today. That one's kind of on me.
So, I mean, there's a lot that Trump is still that he's doing right now. That's really good.
Sir, I'm still waiting for you to tell me what those things are.
I explained to you numerous times that he's doing a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, deep down, he's being a good president. People are liking him.
His approval rating is at like 38%. So no, people are not liking him.
Then why did people vote for him?
Because they fell for Donald Trump. You know, they fell for him lying and saying he was going to do stuff, and then he didn't do any. He's not doing any of the stuff that he said he was going to do, and so that's why they're not a big fan now.
I'm just going to say this. You know, right now, I know you voted for Kamala, which your choice. You know, Kamala was president as of right now. There would be World War III.
Yeah, sir. What evidence or facts or anything do you have to suggest that that's true?
There has been so much has been going on in this world.
No, sir. What evidence or facts do you have to show that what you just said is true?
I can pull it up. I got all
You can pull
notes.
it up? Are you going to pull up a crystal ball and show me how you could tell the future and know that something that did not happen and we could not have proven that it happened somehow happened?
No. I got to go back and I got to go through on the internet and go on the Twitter page. I was talking Donald Trump. All right?
Twitter's going to tell you that World War III would have happened if Kamala Harris got elected. Twitter's going to tell you that.
Trump has said that in office.
Of course,
All
Trump
right.
said that. That's his opponent.
Okay, yeah, but
That doesn't make it true.
There's other things that are going on in this world that he's stopping and preventing.
Like what?
We got saying that. Also, he said that English is going to be the spoken language in America. We're not going to let other things have that happen. He said that. He said also, there's a male and there's a female. There's no other end with that. I don't think
sir,
it's
I'm
right.
sorry. Donald Trump just doesn't get to declare that science isn't real. I don't care whether you're president or not. You don't get to just go, oh, the science and everything we know about it just isn't real anymore because I'm president. That's just not how things work.
But he said that, though. Did he not?
Yeah, maybe next week he'll say the earth is flat.
Oh my gosh.
If we're just gonna say things that are true, then you know.
This is just because I live in Seattle, Washington, right? I live in a borderline city where it's just crazy.
You live in a borderline city? What the hell is a borderline city?
Just crazy. Just homeless
like it's
people
almost a
everywhere.
city? Like it's kind of a city? Like it's almost a city? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, it's a city where it's just homeless people everywhere. All right.
That's it. Wow, man, that must be a very weird place to live in, where it's a borderline city with just homeless people in it. Seattle's changed so much since the last time I was there.
Oh, you visited down there?
Down there, I thought you lived there.
Yeah, I do live there.
Well, then it's not down there; it's where you're at. Which one is it?
Just the cities. the cities are corrupt. You know, it's not right. But yeah, we can go more in the topic on that one.
Sir, I don't even
but
know
it-
what topic we're on. I think that at this point you're just saying words. I'm not even sure
I'm
we're having an
not.
actual
I'm not.
conversation at this point. You're just saying words. They don't even make sense together. You're just saying them just to be saying them.
I'm not. I'm saying real factual evidence. That's
You're
what I'm
saying real
I-
factual evidence, yet you've provided no evidence of anything.
I don't know what more to prove.
Anything
really don't.
would be cool. Like literally a singular thing at all. Like just literally anything.
Just literally everything. Well, just would you appreciate Kamala having the border open and having?
The border wasn't open and Kamala Harris wasn't in charge of the border. So
No, if she was president, she would have the border not controlled.
and again, Miss Cleo, how do you have proof of that?
Kamala has said that she wants people coming in this country and having freedom on her speech, which there is a right coming in this country. You know, there is.
Cycle description.
Hello?
Oh shoot, I still have that open. Anyways, man, sorry, this conversation is getting
All right.
pointless on all stretches of the means. I don't know what the heck you're even talking about at this point. This is
Well, I just want to say, you know, like it's been good talking to you. You know, I mean, if you can just really figure out what is really going on in this country, you know, and open your eyes a little bit, you know, just
yeah,
support,
I'll get right on that.
You know, he's a good
Yeah,
person.
I'll
He loves his
I'll
family,
get
and-
right on that, sir. Yes, I will get to figuring out what's going on.
Yes. You have a great day.
You too. Yeah, I'll get right on that just immediately. All right, let's see if this works. Sorry, this is what I've been working on the whole time. I've been trying to get this thing working. But Gabrielle, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Said I'd love the fire more than this firefighter. I don't even know what that means. But thank you, sir, the super chat. I really appreciate that. And Gabriel also said, I'd rather hug flames than trust a DEI firefighter. Okay. Well, that's a cool choice that you get.
It's insane.
I encourage, if a DEI firefighter shows up, I encourage you to actually do that. That'd be cool. All right. I think that'd be probably best for all of us, if that's your preference. All right. And Shay, thank you so much for the super chat. Shay says, it is sad that MAGA believes whatever Trump says and they use Twitter as a source. Yes. Oh, it is true because Donald Trump put it on Truth Social. Which is just crazy. But yeah, thank you so much, Shay. I really, really appreciate that. And thank you so much, y'all. If you guys would like to support, I do have super chats open. Everybody thanks Shay and even Gabriel for the super chats for supporting the live. I really do appreciate that. And thank you so much for that. We're going to move on to the next caller, keep this thing going. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, you?
Good. How old are you?
23.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do,
Awesome. Why is that?
because Harris opened the borders and Trump didn't.
Harris opened the border. How did she do that?
She ended Title 42A
Kamala Harris ended Title 42. How'd she do that?
by ending it. She was the border czar. She advised Biden.
Well, she
Biden
wasn't the
ended
border
42.
czar. She doesn't
She
have the
was.
power, regardless of whether she's the border or not, to end Title 42. And third of
She
all,
can make
Title
the
42,
suggestion.
yeah, so could you if you wanted to. But Title
She made the
42
suggestion.
wasn't,
Only Canada, the
sir,
vice president.
sir, Title 42 wasn't ended. It expired.
It ended.
It expired.
It ended. And then
Yes,
she
when
also
something
limited immigration.
expires, sir, when something expires, it does end, but no one
Exactly.
ended
It
it.
ended, and she never
but
renewed it. She didn't renew it.
She didn't have the ability to renew it. The president would
He
have
did.
the, sir. I don't need to say 3 words with you jumping in every 3 words that I speak, okay? Who implemented Title 42?
Biden had it expired.
No, I
He
didn't
didn't
ask you
renew
that.
it.
I said, who implemented Title 42?
Nope. Trump did.
Awesome. So what did Mike Pence do with that?
What did Mike Pence do with it?
Yeah, Mike Pence must have made that happen, right?
Okay, so she's the vice president.
No. So what literal thing did Mike Pence do in implementing Title 42?
You telling me not to interrupt you, but you're interrupting me.
No, because you're not answering my question. I'm not asking you about Kamala Harris. I'm not asking you about Joe Biden. I am asking you what Mike Pence did, okay, to make sure that Title 42 was implemented.
Gave a suggestion.
He gave a suggestion. Do you have proof of that?
He's the vice president.
I didn't ask you if he was the vice president. I asked you if you had freaking proof that he gave a suggestion.
He was tasked.
Mike Pence was tasked. Can you please show me where he was tasked?
He was tasked with advising the president to do things.
That's actually not what the vice president is tasked to do. The vice president is not tasked to advise the president.
If the president tasks him with it, yes, they are. Just like Biden tasked Kamala Harris with the border.
No, she didn't. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not. And I can literally put it up on the screen and prove it. It's not difficult to find.
Liberal print.
Sir,
in liberal print.
Sir, I don't care what's in liberal print or not in liberal print. Okay. She was not in charge of the border. Okay. She was given. She was not the border czar. Okay. Can you please show me where Biden anointed her the border czar?
You can Google it.
Sure. I'll Google it.
Click a link.
Yeah. Let me do that real quick. All right. Let me put that on the screen for everybody so they can see it. Oh, why is that so small now? Uh-oh. Why did my display capture get all messed up? Oh, there we go. Kamala Harris was never Biden's border czar. Here's what she really did. Check that out. Sir, I Googled it. Are you still there?
Time magazine. That's what you got. Time.
You told me to Google it.
So you pick a liberal source.
You said it was even in liberal.
Print.
You said it was even in liberal print. You said that.
Type in Joe Biden, March 2021. Type in Joe Biden, March 2021. Kamala Harris, border czar.
All right. Joe Biden, 2021.
Keep the screen open. Keep the screen open to the exact search.
No, because I don't look at search. I'll pull up the article. Do you have an article?
No, see, now you're picking articles.
No, I'm asking you for an article.
Type it into Google.
I'm asking
Biden,
you for
March
an article.
2021.
Okay.
Kamala Harris.
Sure, I'll put it up on the screen. Easy stuff for you. Okay, this is a user clip from C-SPAN where somebody said that Biden called her the border czar, but not where Biden did it. This is the Congress.gov.
You gotta look a little bit deeper. You gotta look a little bit deeper.
Sir, I typed in exactly what you wanted me to type in. So now I was going to wait until we got an article. You told me not to wait till we got an article to put up the search. The search is up, and now you're going to get what the search says because that's what you asked for. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. You didn't want it. Okay? So
March
now it's your turn to deal with it.
President Joe Biden.
Sir, be quiet.
From AP News.
Sir, be quiet.
AP News.
Okay. AP News. What's the name of the article?
President Joe Biden.
What's the name of the article?
Tasked Kamala Harris with leading the effort to address the root causes of migration.
And now that
in
she actually
American
did.
Countries
I agree with that.
like Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. This included focusing on issues like violence, poverty, corruption in these countries with the goal of stemming the flow of migrants to the U.S.-Mexico border.
Correct on everything that you just said.
Great. During a press conference,
Here's the problem, sir. No, sir, stop talking.
Joe Biden
I just agreed with you.
Why
Are you?
As a czar.
Oh, no, sorry. No, oh, sorry. Hold on. AP News said
We're
that?
arguing a title.
Hold on.
We're
AP
arguing the
News said
title.
that? AP News said that.
AP News said it in March 2021.
Okay, perfect. AP News was the name of that article.
Holy shit.
So I can put it up on the screen. I need to be able to put it up on the screen. What's the name of the article so I can put it on the screen? I will put it up on the screen. You will prove me wrong right now. Just tell me the name of the article. I already have apnews.com typed out. All you have to do is tell me the name of the article.
Biden taps VP Harris to lead
Biden
response
taps
to border
VP
challenges.
Harris with response to border challenges. All right, perfect. I'll pull it up on the screen. Whoop, that's the wrong one.
March 24th, 2021.
Sir, I got it right here. March 24, 2021, President Joe Biden has tapped Vice President to lead the White House effort to tackle migration challenges of the U.S. southern border and work with Central American nations to address root causes of the problem. Biden made the announcement and blah, blah, blah. In delegating the matter to Harris, Biden is seeking to replicate a dynamic played out as he served under Barack Obama's vice president. Cool. When she speaks, she speaks for me, Biden said, noting her past work as California Attorney General. You know what I'm not seeing in here anywhere, sir? Where he called her the border czar.
So you
know,
said,
I'm still going. Actually,
said,
hold on. Let me do a search for it. Czar, man, I put a search for czar. The word czar is not anywhere in this article. So you just lied to me. You just told me that this article said that Biden called her the border czar, and the word czar is nowhere in this article. So, sir, why did you lie to me?
You said that she wasn't
No,
in charge
sir,
of the border.
why did you lie to me?
Words.
I asked you where Biden
She had
said,
no words.
Sir, I asked you
She's a border czar. You can
Sir,
keep arguing the point or not.
Sir,
She's a border
I'm
czar.
not arguing anything. Why did you lie to me?
I didn't lie to you.
You said that this article said she was the border czar.
Right there in definition. Do you want me to read you the definition
No, sir.
of czar?
Now, let me explain to you what actually happened.
Do you want me to...
No, I want you to be quiet.
Reach out to you to understand
No, I want you to
English?
be quiet.
Because obviously you
No,
cannot
sir,
understand
I want
simple
you to
English.
be
You don't even know what the word
quiet.
czar means.
I want
You
you
don't
to
even
be
know what the word czar
quiet.
means. You want me to be quiet because I'm destroying you and your viewpoint.
Sir, if you'd be quiet,
She
you
was
might have...
tasked with the
Sir,
border.
last
She was
chance for
tasked
you to
with
be
the border,
quiet or I'm
and she
hanging up the
failed
phone to you.
miserably.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am going to speak my next sentence, and if you cut me off, I'm hanging up the phone. Sound good? Perfect. Now, if you want to ask, if you had said, did Kamala Harris have some role towards immigration that she was given to by Joe Biden, I would have 100% agreed with you. And I would have agreed with you 100% that she was tasked with finding the root causes of immigration from the Northern Triangle and from Northern South America, from Central and South America. And she did do that. She actually addressed things like poverty, like the AP News article said, and it actually had the United States government build up those countries so that people would stop leaving those countries, so that they would stop showing up at the southern border in order to seek asylum. And when she did that, asylum dropped by 50% in this country due to her efforts. That is not being the border czar. That is given one specific task within immigration, which she was tasked with, and she accomplished that goal. She was not in charge of securing the border. She was not in charge of things operations at the border. She wasn't in charge of any of that stuff. She was simply in charge of finding the root causes of immigration from Central America and Northern South America. That is not being the border czar. Biden not once ever called her the border czar. The only people that ever called her the border czar are Republicans. Okay, which is why I specifically asked you where she was called. Well, sir, that's what I was trying to tell you the whole time. But instead of actually listening to my sentence, no.
I have a question.
I don't care. But instead of actually listening and trying to actually have a conversation with me where we could actually talk about what was going on with immigration, you decide to just yell, border czar, border czar, border czar, border czar. Why would you do that? Why would you lie to me about the article?
Okay, because definition of czar is a term used to informally in the U.S. to denote a high-level official appointed to address a specific issue, granting them broad authority. That's exactly what you just described to me that Biden did to Kamala Harris. You described that she was granted by a high-level official, which was Biden, to address a specific issue. That is what she did. So if you don't understand,
and what was
English,
the issue? Was the issue
that
the
word czar means that? So you just proved my point.
Czar is Russian.
I apologize that you lost in the election. I apologize that your liberal ideologies fail in the United States. I
Sir, I'm here to have conversations with people. If you try to overtalk me, I will just hang up on you. This is your last chance.
You keep interrupting.
All right. I tried. I really did try with that guy. I'm not going to sit here and yell over you. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and yell over you. If you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. I will not sit here and yell over you. Okay? You claiming that freaking Kamala Harris is the border czar by trying to use an offset definition of the word czar is wild. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going really well. How about yourself?
Going pretty well, man.
Awesome. Hey, everybody in here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Make sure you turn those notifications on so you know when I go live and when I'm posting content. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys would like to support the live, I do have super chats open and memberships. My memberships are blowing up. We're over 100 members on this channel now. And I have some members and subscribers that are playing bingo right now for a cool merch giveaway. So make sure that if you're a paid member, if you're a paid subscriber, if you're any of that stuff, make sure you're in there playing bingo, having fun, joining the Discord, and make sure you join that membership. So if you'd like to support, that's a great way to do it. Also, gifting memberships and subscriptions is also a great way to support the live, along with super chats and all the fun stuff. You do super chats, I put them up on the screen, we talk about them, we have a good time also. So thank you guys so much for supporting the live. All right, sir, so how old did you say you were? I apologize. I forgot already.
That was fire, by the way. You should pre-record that and then like just edit and modify it. But I respect what you're doing. I am 35 years old.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
That's a loaded question, isn't it?
No, it's not. Do you support Trump?
Well,
it's actually a pretty simple question.
No, it certainly is. It wouldn't have been a loaded question a couple months ago.
What has changed in the last couple of months? All Donald Trump is doing is exactly what he said he was going to do, right?
Well, I think a lot of the Trump supporters are actually in a boat of very skeptic in general people, and opposed to the leftist kind of view of them, which may be that they're just blindly allegiant, and we have this Nazi complex of just blindly, worshiping and being allegiant. Here's the thing: when Trump kind of chose to go in a certain direction over the last couple of weeks, over the last month or so, with the whole Epstein direction, I think there are only a core set of issues in the majority of the Trump supporters' bag that are really relevant, and in their eyes, the science has never settled.
So who's there? Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Then why are you saying their eyes? You mean your eyes?
Well, if you let me finish.
Yeah, but sir, this talking as a third person, like we're talking, oh, they did this, they did that, they did this. Sir, Donald Trump said he was best friends with freaking Epstein. They used to hang out and go on trips together and party together. Epstein used to hang out at Mar-a-Lago. They used to recruit from freaking Mar-a-Lago. So if you voted for Donald Trump and then you're upset about the freaking files, then that's kind of crazy to me.
Well, there was a lot you just said, and I don't want to unpack all of it. But the first thing was incorrect. He never said they were best friends.
Yes, he did.
In fact, they
both said it.
Dispute. So, real quick, if you're a man of fact and truth, and, I'm from South Florida. Where in West Palm Beach, the chief of police in West Palm Beach came out on record and said that one of the primary reasons that led to Jeffrey Epstein's first arrest was because of core information that was delivered to him in private by Donald Trump.
Yes.
That's on record.
Do you know why that information was delivered by Donald Trump? Because we have all the notes and everything to know why that happened. It's because they were really good friends. And Donald Trump freaking Epstein tried to tell him about a property that he was trying to buy, and Donald Trump jumped over it on the over him on the property, and Epstein threatened to sue him. And so then, after they had been friends for decades, Donald Trump then decided to say something, even though Donald Trump knew all of this stuff was happening for decades.
I respect that. I truly do.
You respect the fact that he let all of that go for decades?
Well, let me finish. I respected what you said. And if we're being tangibly honest, we would have to put that on a chart somewhere and weigh that against what we actually do know. Because if we're being honest, what you said is we don't actually know all of the inside things that were going on at that time. Here's what we do know. On 2008, by fact, the police chief of West Palm Beach, Florida, said that one of the primary reasons Jeffrey Epstein was arrested was because of the information that was provided.
We know why that happened. Donald Trump even said that he kicked him off of Mar-a-Lago because of a property dispute. Donald Trump said it with his own mouth. Okay, sir, you don't get to cherry pick the information we know when it fits you. You're right. No, sir, what you know is that freaking the police chief of West Palm Beach said that his arrest was due to information by Donald Trump. I don't argue that information. What we also know is specifically that Epstein said that it was over a property dispute in which Donald Trump freaking got rid of him. And we also know that there was people inside of the inner circle of Donald Trump who also said that the reason why that happened was because of a property dispute. And again, that was 2008. How long were Donald Trump and Epstein friends for?
You know what? At the end of the day, you're speaking from a realm of truth. Not that you're absolutely right on your point, but here's the
it's
the
not
real
my truth. It's not your truth. I'm just not ignoring the part of the facts that makes him freaking guilty like you are.
That's an aspect of research you've done, but you can't disagree that it doesn't make it absolute truth. That's not going to go down.
Then if that's the case, then the words from the police chief of West Palm Beach Police Department isn't absolute truth. If we're not accepting if we're not accepting eyewitness testimony that is being spoken out loud to other people right now, if we're not accepting it on one side, then we're not accepting it at all.
Well, one side said he was a pedophile and he hit on minors, and that's why he did it. And the other side said it was because of a real estate deal. I mean, you have to have discernment.
It's not hard to figure out, sir. Donald Trump admitted this in different freaking notes and different interviews across the freaking way. Epstein did it in his interview before he freaking himself. We have the freaking information right in front of us. This is not hard to find. Okay, Epstein threatened to freaking sue Donald Trump, which broke off their friendship. Donald Trump got mad and turned him in for what Epstein for what he knew he was doing the entire time.
May I make a higher point? Because I do respect
a higher point.
Yes. Well, something that is going to take the conversation in a different direction. I no longer care to defend this aspect because
I wouldn't either.
Yeah. Here's why. I think a lot of Trump supporters, or what people would formerly call themselves Trump supporters, are kind of no longer wanting to support Trump in this way. And like, I'm not willing to hang my hat on that hill. I'll make my argument and I'll pass by. I've shown you the evidence, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth.
You showed part of the evidence.
Right. I'm not saying that that's the end and be all, but here's the real thing that I want to say. Many Trump supporters are jumping ship. That doesn't mean they're instantly becoming Democrat. But the way Trump has handled the Epstein thing, I'm just telling you, deep within the base, and it's not, yet fully understood, but there are a lot of people that subconsciously and consciously are just like, wait a second.
So again, sir, you're saying that there are people that are like, I don't like the way this situation is being handled, when it is so obliviously obvious. I like that. It's so obvious that this is exactly how I would handle it. Like this is nothing that I couldn't have told you exactly that this would have happened before you voted for him. It's strange to me, okay, that somebody that cohorted with freaking Epstein, one who's on tape saying, oh, like freaking Epstein likes beautiful women like I do. He likes them on the younger side though. Like literally used to write, like said all this stuff about him.
Was that not the 90s?
Huh?
Was that not the culture in the 90s?
The culture in the 90s was freaking being a pedo? No, it was not.
No, that doesn't necessarily equate to being a pedo, but
sir, literally Donald Trump gave you all of the evidence that you needed.
Hugh Hefner was dating an 18-year-old in the 90s.
Hugh Hefner is a scumbag.
Okay, and I'm not doubt, but my point.
Then why are you freaking defending a scumbag? You're like, oh well, I can think of another scumbag. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Here's my point, dude. It wasn't considered a scumbag in the 90s. Yes, we gained perspective.
Yes, it was.
Hindsight is 2020. No,
nope. Hugh Hefner was still a scumbag even in the 90s.
Okay, and even today, it's normal for older men to hook up with young
No, it's
women.
not. It's still freaking gross.
If you have any kind of wealth or status, you will probably have that option. I'm not saying it's morally righteous to do so. You will, however, have that option.
Weird, dude.
So we're not necessarily disagreeing. And what I'm saying, to really attribute to your point, is a lot of Trump supporters are jumping ship. And it could be a really good time for us to unite.
Come on over. We'll wait for you.
Here's the thing. We would have to meet in the middle.
I'm not meeting in the middle of shit.
If we acknowledge Trump is a part of a bad regime, in order for us to truly meet in the middle, in my opinion, we would have to acknowledge what that harmful regime actually is and the scope of their influence.
See,
We'd have to agree with that.
sir, here's your problem. Okay.
Go ahead.
You elected a fascist and now you want to meet in the middle. I don't want to meet you in the middle of freaking freedom and fascism. I don't want to meet
Look,
you in the
it's
middle
either
of
be
that,
a
okay?
aha,
Because
gotcha,
the middle. No, sir, I don't care
or
about
let's
an
unite.
aha or gotcha or being right. I don't want to meet you in the in between democracy and fascism, and that's what you're asking me to do, okay? I don't want to. How about you just come back over to things like freedom of speech? You come back over to freedom. Like, how about not somebody who's freaking who just recently fired the head of the fucking Bureau of Labor and Statistics just because he didn't like his job numbers, who destroys our economy, and instead of trying to fix the economy, is just going to fire the person who tells you the numbers on the economy. That's what we have right now. I don't want to meet in the middle of that, sir. I don't want to meet in the middle of that. I don't want to meet in the middle of freaking of halfway between where I'm at and you guys electing a guy who was found by a court of law to have sexually assaulted someone. I don't want to meet in the middle of that.
You didn't bring up a single issue, in my opinion, and I respect you again, but you just didn't bring up a single issue that's relevant to humanity. Okay,
relevant to humanity? You're saying raping someone isn't? I mean, they're relevant to humanity?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
wow.
If we're being real, raping someone is absolutely relevant. But what was the charge? Come on.
You just said it wasn't relevant to humanity. That's pretty wild.
Didn't it get dropped? I mean, come on.
No, it did not get dropped. And sir, that was the 30th one or 32nd one that he was accused of. What are you talking about?
That should be a red flag.
It should have been, but you voted for him anyway. But you voted for him anyway.
I'm not here to defend him. I think he's a part of the Zionist group. I just think your idea about him being the Nazi Hitler.
I never said that. I didn't say that one time.
Okay, but I think there's this push, right, to normalize punching a Nazi because at the highest level, the Nazi is, well, this guy Trump, and anyone who supports him might also be a white supremacist or a Confederate flag waver, somebody who might actually deserve a punch. That was normalized in 2018 through 2022. I documented it extensively. And when it started, it was baffling, but it continued throughout the years. That's inciting civil war. And it's not a I gotcha, but it's not okay to look at your neighbor like in that manner, right? Because we're all figuring this out.
Sir, what you're saying is, this is what you're saying. You're like, hey, I made a really bad choice. A choice that we all told you was a really bad choice. Now we're reaping the benefits of your bad choice, but I don't want to be judged for my bad choice.
No, sir.
Sorry, that's not really my problem, dude. Next time, make better choices.
Trump was the lesser of two evils.
No, he wasn't.
But that still makes it on us as a collective to make the better choice. There's no savior. Like the psyop of QAnon, I think, was, hey, we're coming to save you. Therefore, just trust the plan. Trust the plan was like one of the fundamental messages. And I think one of the harm that comes from that is there's a level of just sitting back. So I'm aware of both sides of this whole psyop because my grandpa and my grandma, my real parents and my mentors are both lifelong Democrats. And so I get it from that side of the aisle. And what I can really see is that if we're going to make any progress, we have to abandon the tendency to just be polarized and remember some of the core aspects of just being patient, being kind, having patience, not overstepping certain boundaries in the name of being right.
No.
Because our right is so... No?
No. See, the left has been patient, and the left has been kind, and the left has been tolerant, and the left has consistently done all that. And what the left got from being patient and kind and tolerant was fascism. You had the ability to vote for patience and kindness and decency. No, sir. No, I'm talking now.
Sorry, go ahead.
You had the ability to choose patience and kindness and tolerance. You chose fascism and hate. That's what you chose. You don't get to ignore decency and tolerance. Okay. And then come back later and say, oh, well, now we should all get along after I put that in spot. I put the hate in power. Okay. I put the guy. I'm still fucking talking.
We've got to replace him, though.
Be quiet.
Go ahead.
You put the guy in there that's freaking has 50 years of racism under his belt. You're the guy who put someone in who freaking told the freaking people like the Proud Boys to, what is it, stand up and stand by or whatever he said. You're the one who freaking put in someone who supports people like Nick Fuentes or had David Duke over to Mar-a-Lago. You're the one who freaking called, that put the person in that said that immigrants are poisoning, vermin that are poisoning the blood of our system. You're the person who spent more money freaking trying to harm the trans community than any other amount of money that he had in his entire campaign. You chose hate. Okay?
Trump was the first president to appoint a transgender person to Congress.
Donald Trump doesn't appoint people to Congress.
It might not have been Congress. I'm sorry, but the Oval Office in Washington. It was historic.
Sir. You chose it. Okay. Don't expect me to sit here and be nice to you. Okay.
It's just flawed. I respect what you're saying, but if you're saying he has 50 years of racism, we can go back and see him getting actual racial equality awards from some of the most prominent members.
Yeah, while also getting sued for freaking removing black dealers and stuff from his casinos, while being sued for unfair housing practices, where he wouldn't rent apartments to freaking black people, where he freaking called for the execution of 5 innocent fucking black and brown freaking people, where he had dinner with David Duke and Nick Fuentes recently, known white supremacists recently. Okay, you don't get to freaking say, oh, well, he got some award, so therefore all of that just doesn't count. Anyway, sir, I don't know what you're trying to get to. I really don't understand what you're even trying to get to this point. I really don't.
Here's what I'm getting. I want to end on this note because I respect.
All right, well, do it quickly because honestly, this whole let's all kumbaya and freaking hold hands. I couldn't care less.
Yes, sir. I do respect you for your time, but listen, I want to end on this note. Everybody has a family member, a mother, a grandfather, and when we come together on Thanksgiving, there's that awkward. In the last 2 to 3 years, it's become way more intense, and we know naturally as humans how to navigate that land. And anyone who's intelligent and smart isn't going to cross a certain line just because they want to be right. It's more important to maintain the integrity of the harmony. So just as you do that with your grandmother, I would say that maybe that's what we should do in general, collectively. And who knows, if we value that level of harmony, maybe a different culture will emerge.
Well, guess what? My grandma hates fascists even more than I do. So I will be like my grandmother and actually freaking not stand up to stuff like this. And not tolerate your crap. When you're ready to come over to the side of decency, you come on over. Okay? We'll accept you. We'll have you. But don't expect kid gloves, okay?
Sorry. I respect it.
All right. Have a good one. All right, y'all. We're going to move on to the next caller. Really appreciate you guys. Again, y'all, if you guys would like to support, I do have members, subscriptions, and super chats open. If you guys have super chats, send super chats. I'll put them up on the screen. We'll talk about them in between guests. It's really, really fun. So if you'd like to support the live, I really appreciate you guys. This is, it does help me to keep doing lives like this. So I really, really appreciate y'all. All right, we're going to keep going to the next guest. I think I saw a TikTok guest in there too. I might bring up somebody from that side, so I don't do that as often anymore. Let's see who this guy is. Hello, how are you?
Hey, bud, I'm not an op. I'm on the same team. I just wanted to say that other guy was making my freaking ears bleed. I couldn't listen to that whiny, mealy-mouthed bull crap any longer. Thank you for getting rid of him.
Yeah, no worries, man. Have a good one. Have a good one. More importantly, y'all, if you guys are here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications so you know when I go live. We do this every day but Thursdays. I really appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
I'm 44.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. How's that? Why is that?
Just in general, I'm conservative by nature. And I keep on coming across your streams. I find it interesting. I personally think that we need more discourse, and everybody should be talking a little bit more to each other
That I agree
instead
with
of one
100%.
side this, one side that. But in general, I do support him. I mean, I support the executive orders that he's put forth. I understand the plan for the United States. I've traveled the world, so I understand how other countries work. And I mean, I've gone to countries where they actually look down the United States. They view us as weak.
It's
And
insane.
some of the things that are allowed here are just not allowed anywhere else in the world.
Like what?
Well, for instance, everybody made a big deal about the wall, but Israel has a wall. We helped another country build a wall for immigration purposes, and there was never an issue with any of the other countries doing it. But now when we decided to do it, it became an issue.
Well, it wasn't that we decided to build a wall. It's that the wall doesn't help our problem. I think that you were confused on what the problem with the wall was. Israel has a giant wall because Israel is the nation in the middle of a bunch of countries that are literally trying to destroy Israel at all times. So they have a wall, but they also have armed military on that wall at all times, right? It's not to stop. It's not for immigration purposes, that for national security purposes, because they don't have another choice. Okay. We, on the other hand, have only 2 countries on our border, and both of them are friendly allied nations. Okay. So we don't have a giant wall with military posted up across the entire wall. So comparing those two are very different, but
it's not that simple. You have.
But hold on, sir. I'll let you finish in a second. Yeah. I'll let you go back to a second. But second of all,
I know you like to talk over people.
I was actually in the middle of a sentence.
You don't have.
Sir, I was in the middle of a sentence, so I don't know how
to be able to talk to you.
Well, sir, you're not going to be able to talk over anyone if you cut me off again.
Well, if you're going to cut me off, I'm going to cut you off.
I didn't cut you off. I was talking about the wall. Okay. So, but when we actually look at countries that are surrounded by friendly nations, they don't have walls there. But really the idea of having a wall is not that big of a deal, sir, because we've had a wall in the United States for, sir, last chance. Cut me off again.
We live in Florida.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to finish this sentence.
You like to be on a power trip, man.
All right. We're going to move on. What I was going to say was we have had a wall for 100 years. It's not a big deal to have a wall. It's that the wall wasn't going to fix our immigration problem. That was the issue. See, that's all I had. Just a few more words and you could have spoke all you want. Tobin, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Tobin said, just want to say, stop by and say hi. Can't stay long. Being an adult and having to work sucks. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree, but thanks for stopping by, Tobin. I really appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
Hey, it's me again. How are you?
Are
we going to talk? Or are you going to be a child?
Oh, is the last guy that was just here?
Yeah, this is the last guy.
Oh, okay, cool, man.
I called back.
All right, we're going to keep moving on. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. I'm on the same side, so don't shoot me.
Oh, no, I am going to move on, though. I appreciate it. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? That was weird. It's not like I'm talking to Darth Vader. Hello, how are you?
Hey, doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
35.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I absolutely do not. I am a literal actual communist, but I figured I'd call in and maybe give you a break. If you're only interested in talking to Trump supporters, then I will hang up and wish you a good day.
Yeah, have a good one, man. I'm going to hang up with you, but you have a good one. Right?
No worries.
All right, bye. Hello, how are you? Hello? Hello, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
I'm 38.
38. Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
I'm going to put up Tobin's super chat again. Juniper, thank you so much for the paid sub over on TikTok. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Also, we do have members open, man. Make sure you guys are joining the team if you guys want members. Again, it does help to support lives like this. So if you guys want to support, I really appreciate that. Sir, be quiet. Thank you. So if you guys would like to support lives like this, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Awesome. So why do you support Trump?
Well, I mean, I heard you a couple of days ago talk about the LA riots, and but like the ICE people, they're just going after 4 criminals, 2 of them sex offenders and 1 with attempted murder with a car, and then they got all reckless. But you say you don't care if they deport people like that, so.
Yeah, but they're not going after people like that.
condescending.
Actually, their marching orders are specifically not to go after people like that.
There was 4 warrants, and they're on DHS.
Sir, I'm
website
sure
right
there
now.
are 4 warrants. Okay, there are warrants, and
Yeah,
if they were just going after
that's what
criminals,
they're
sir,
going for.
sir, if they're just going after criminals, who cares? That's fine. Go
I
after
was
them.
talking, you're cutting me off.
But if that's all you're talking about is like they were going after criminals, cool. If they were going after criminals, I agree with you. That sounds great.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They had 4 warrants.
But that's not all they're doing.
Okay, you're gonna cut me off. All right. You're just gonna keep cutting people off. That's cool.
All right, have a good one. We'll just move on to the next person. Just wondering what we're arguing about if I agree with you. Yeah, it's called a conversation. Hey, they were going after people with warrants. Cool, I agree. That's all. Oh, no, it must be a weird Saturday night. There must be a full moon or something. Gloria, thank you so much for the $10. Said, thanks for all you say and do. I really appreciate that. And Carolyn, thank you so much for the $10. Says Trump loves the uneducated. Trump loves the uneducated. Guest is proving it tenfold. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much, Carolyn and Gloria. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hitting up the pay links.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you today?
So everything great, man. My question is, because I'm Hispanic, and it was a huge difference between the Obama administration and the Biden administration. What do you think the Biden administration did good for America? Like, what was the policy that they implemented that was good?
You mean like
and if
which
you
one?
think something that in the first Trump administration, what you think he did good for the United States?
Sure, that's easy. The Biden administration had tons of amazing legislation: the Chips and Sciences Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the American Rescue Plan, the lowering of insulin costs. Shoot, I'm even blanking on some right now. The friggin' student loan forgiveness. There was a whole bunch of them. There was a whole.
Yeah, the
crap
one
ton.
thing that the student loans forgiveness, that was one of the only good things I see that it impacted very, very good.
You don't
In
think
the
the
first
PACT
Trump
Act was good?
administration, it benefits certain parts, certain sectors of the American people.
What about the largest infrastructure bill in American history?
Yeah, but what about the inflation that was created under the Biden administration?
The inflation was worldwide.
No, it was created by the United States administration.
So you're telling me that
For
inflation
all these policies
rose
and all this support in Ukraine.
Sir, you're telling me that the entire world's inflation rate went to over 10% because the United States was supporting Ukraine with 3% of its defense budget. That's what you're trying to tell me.
And no, it was just three defense. It was billions of dollars sent to Ukraine that created massive inflation.
Now, please,
but let me tell you, I supported Obama.
Stop.
Let me tell you.
No, I don't want to hear about Obama.
Yeah.
I want you to answer a question for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Please explain to me how us sending billions to Ukraine made inflation go up in Somalia.
No, in Somalia, we have nothing to do with Somalia because other countries.
Awesome. Can you explain to me how it made inflation go up on Japan?
It's critical that the economy of the United States will impact other sectors in the world.
China?
Now, the money, China, it doesn't have that massive inflation we did.
They actually had just as bad of inflation as we did. So did Italy, so did Germany, so did Russia, so did Somalia and Nigeria and Brazil and Argentina and Chile.
What do you support about?
And every single country on the planet had inflation all at the same time. So I want you to explain to me, sir, how the Biden administration's policy caused the entire world to go through inflation all at the same time, every single country.
So you're saying that the inflation that happened in the entire world is the reason of what?
COVID.
What?
Yeah, it's simple. It's COVID.
But that happened after COVID.
No, it happened after the main freaking hit of COVID. It actually started when things started to open back up from COVID because we stopped building as many things and we stopped having
what
durables.
do you think is
and
right
I
about
was in the
sending
middle of
money
a
to
sentence,
Ukraine?
and I was not. I was in the middle of a sentence. Sir, we can argue Ukraine if you want to. Okay, that's fine. All right, but the Ukraine.
That's the one thing I didn't agree with the Biden administration.
Sir, the Ukraine thing isn't the reason for inflation. Okay, we had a shutdown of manufacturing, we had a shutdown of shipping lanes, we had a freaking, we had all sorts of worldwide issues that were caused by this giant economic disaster called COVID. Okay, and so when we stopped producing things and we have less things, and then we open up after COVID, we have a shortage of things like of durables and stuff like that, right? Then everything costs more because it's a supply and demand issue. We have less things and everybody wants them. That's what causes inflation. Okay? The world's inflation rate went over 10%. The world.
So we were better off with Biden than before. The American people.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Biden, we'd still be stuck in a rut of freaking inflation.
You think Biden did a better work than Obama that was before him, or Donald Trump in the first administration?
Actually, they both Obama and Biden actually had very similar circumstances because just like Biden got the economy, sir, let me finish a sentence.
Comparing Obama with Biden is an insult to Obama.
Okay, can you let me finish? You know what's an insult to me is not letting me finish a sentence. Awesome. They both dealt with very similar circumstances. Obama had to deal with the 2008 recession and housing market crash and had to recover us from that. And by the time that he recovered us from that, by the time he left, he had recovered us very well. And Biden had to deal with the COVID, which was a freaking huge economic disaster. And by the time he left, we were a lot better off than we were before. So they were both actually very, very good for the economy. And I really appreciate
what Trump did good in the first administration?
Operation Warp Speed.
Huh?
Operation Warp Speed.
What else?
I think that there was some law passed that where like they increased the penalties for
precisely everything that Biden did, but you don't remember what.
Oh no, I remember all the things Trump did. I remember all the things Trump did. You wanted to tell me you asked me something good. I can tell you all the things that Trump did. There just wasn't much that was good.
It's insane.
Okay, I understand. So what
I'm naming
about
the good things?
So you think that killing the Keystone Pipeline, it was also a good move from Biden administration, and also forcing the Green New Deal when the hardworking people and the poor people cannot afford electric vehicles and all these things that is more expensive. You think that was a good move that push and force the Green New Deal to people that actually even can afford to buy an EV? Huh?
The Green New Deal didn't pass.
No, it didn't pass, but the agenda is being pushed by California and all these states.
Sir, you're saying the Biden administration, okay? And then you're saying a bill that didn't pass is the problem with the Biden administration.
The killing of the Keystone Pipeline that was benefiting the United States, it was done by the Biden administration.
The Keystone XL pipeline,
to killing that Keystone pipeline?
The Keystone XL pipeline was shut down by the Supreme Court 6 months before Biden took office.
No, it was actually an executive order that was signed by a Biden administration that stopped the Keystone pipeline.
No, it was the Supreme Court.
You can read that right there.
Well, not only can I read it and
the executive order.
Yeah, right here.
You can look it up.
Sir, it's on the screen for everyone to see it. U.S. Supreme Court deals blow to Keystone Oil Pipeline Project. And this is dated July 6, 2020, so 6 months before Biden took office. And it says the Supreme Court handed another setback to the Keystone XL oil sands pipeline from Canada on Monday by keeping in place a lower court. Sir, I'm in the middle of a sentence. Do not cut me off.
Yeah.
Thank you. And a lower place ruling that blocked a key environmental permit for the project. So let me explain to you what happened since you're not very educated on this, and that's totally fine. The Keystone XL pipeline was running over indigenous lands, and TransCanada, who that pipeline belonged to because it was a Canadian pipeline, could not guarantee that that wouldn't leak into indigenous water sources. And so the Supreme Court said, you can't build it anymore. You can't build it. Sir, hold on. I'm still educating you.
On another line.
I promise you I'll let you speak when I'm finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So they said that, hey, you can't build it through there. And so TransCanada was like, yep, we're not going to build it anymore because it's too expensive to reroute the pipeline. And so by the time Biden got into office, all he did was cancel the permits that the Supreme Court already said they couldn't use 6 months prior. Biden did not shut down the pipeline. The Supreme Court shut down the pipeline. Biden just freaking got rid of the permits that they already said that they couldn't use.
After the Supreme Court ruling, they changed where the pipeline was going through to keep the construction going.
They did,
and
really.
The Biden administration, yeah, of course, because you can see it there. The Biden administration did cancel all the permits and also new drilling, and also that helps to increase, of course, the gas price and all that. But let me tell you,
we produced more oil under the Biden administration than any time in American history.
And it was more expensive than ever.
We outproduced Saudi Arabia, and we were energy independent for the first time in 70 years.
We never went energy independent in the Biden administration.
Bullshit.
It was not possible.
Bullshit.
On that price. There's no evidence of that. We were depending of other countries. We were purchasing many oils from other countries, including Venezuela.
All right, sir. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen. Got to get rid of the newsletter. U.S. energy independence soars to highest level in over 70 years. May 2nd, 2023.
I am aware of that news.
No, but you just told me that was not possible and there's no evidence of it.
Yeah.
So not only is it possible and there's evidence of it, I just put it on the screen for everybody.
It's a contradiction of that publishing that they saying, that we had the highest level of energy independence in 70 years. When it actually in the act, it was not even feasible. If we were energy independent, why energy was so expensive for the American people?
Well, first of all, because the price of oil isn't decided by whether we're energy independent or not. Second of all, because we don't have all of the refining ability in order to refine all of the oil that we were actually pulling out of the ground. A lot of that is because under the Trump administration, the two of the largest, if not the two largest oil refineries in the United States were sold off to Saudi Arabia. So no matter how much we pulled out of the ground, we couldn't refine it anyway. So we had to pull it out of the ground, ship it to other countries, have them refine it, and then they had to send it back to us, which also made things more expensive. But the global price of oil is decided, based off of market value that's ran by OPEC. It's not decided by how much oil the U.S. pulls out of the ground.
Do you believe that Biden was fit to be president and continue to be president of the United States?
He was in his last term. I don't know if I would have trusted him with another one.
Okay, so you understand that mentally he was not feasible to do a second term as a president.
A second term?
Do you believe that?
I don't. Yeah, I don't. Well, I think he was too old to be president the second term. I think he was too old to be president the first term. But I also think Donald Trump is too old to be president right now. So.
No, but let's not compare Trump to Biden because
Why
Biden
not?
is in a huge decline.
They were all 80
Biden
years
is
old.
in a huge decline, and obviously you can see.
Donald Trump
now,
is literally a walking decline every single time he's on television.
You can say that. I know it's not a good human being, but not like
he's declining at a insanely high rate.
You don't see the declining, like falling on the stairs and all these things. Now, why you believe people didn't trust Kamala Harris?
Because she's a woman.
Just that?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that what Kamala did in Congress that was very good so people can trust her to be a president of the United States?
Oh, I don't remember all the policy that she helped pass in Congress.
Put many African American people in jail for no reason, for nothing.
That is
not in California. True. She was popular for that.
No, it was not true at all. Actually, that's been debunked multiple times.
It was actually
not only did she not do that, but she actually ran programs of prison reform in California that actually helped specifically 18 to 24-year-old black.
That's not
black
what the
people.
African American community is.
I don't care what they say. If you actually look at the data, it does not show that she had any disproportional freaking jailing of black people in California that was any different from any AG before her or after her.
That's what she's known for. But one thing. Based on the American people, you understand that people didn't vote for Kamala because she was a woman.
I agree.
And not because of policies. So people just chose Trump because he was a male.
I mean, I think it's one of the biggest reasons, yeah. I also think Donald Trump is actually very good at campaigning. If only he was so good at, as good at being president as he was at campaigning.
Well, I don't believe that the hardworking, because let me tell you, I strongly believe that Biden just make one mistake, and he did a mistake by forgetting the daily hardworking Americans, the middle class that go out every day to work hard, and they were focusing on other things that didn't benefit all these hardworking Americans, and that was the reason why impacted Kamala Harris, and people didn't vote for her.
So let me get this straight, sir.
Biden had
Hold on.
one opportunity.
So, hold on, sir.
Let me finish this sentence,
No,
please.
no, I'm
Just finish
good.
this.
No, I have a question for you. So
Yeah.
Biden again dropped the inflation, got the inflation rate down from over 9% to down under 3%. He had the lowest unemployment rate in American history.
He
Okay,
didn't drop inflation.
Yes, he did. By the
Under his term, it went up, and then he lowered it 9%, but he went up 20%.
I already explained to you it didn't go up to 20%, sir. And second of all, I've already explained to you how COVID caused freaking inflation. If you can't keep up with the conversation, that's not my problem. Okay. But again, for the 10th fucking time, inflation went up across the entire fucking planet. It was not Biden causing inflation. It was COVID causing inflation for every single human being that exists on the planet. Okay?
Correct.
Okay? So therefore we had
COVID created
sir,
inflation.
Be quiet. Okay? Every country dealt with it. Biden brought us back to a lower inflation rate faster than any industrialized nation on the planet. Okay? That helps American citizens. Unemployment rate, record low. Biden. Inflation rate, below 3%. Biden. Median household income, up. Biden. Record stock markets, Biden.
Who have the record of lower employment?
Biden.
In the entire history of the United States?
Yeah, 2.4%.
Where are you getting this information from?
The Bureau of Labor and
that I'm
Statistics.
missing? Huh?
The Bureau of Labor and Statistics.
That's
Donald Trump, in his first term, claimed that he had the lowest freaking unemployment rate ever at 2.5%. And then Biden came in and got 2.4%. So if it's a lie for Biden, it's also a lie for Trump. So which one is it?
Man, you're smart, and I have a level of decency, and that's why I, of course, respect your opinion. And I
don't need you to respect my opinion. I haven't even gotten to my opinion because you won't let me get there because you keep talking.
I can hear you, and you can hear me.
Get to my
I haven't
opinion.
interrupted you.
You haven't interrupted me, or what are you smoking?
Man, I was planning something, and you interrupted me also. But
please explain to me how
you're decent. I'm not decent.
No, all I want to ask you is this, okay? So just be quiet for a second. Let me get my question out, okay?
Yeah.
How is record low unemployment, record job creation, freaking high median household income, lowered inflation, and the largest infrastructure bill in the history of the United States not thinking about working class Americans?
No, let me tell you why. Because the job was lost by COVID. So all these jobs that were created, it was because they were getting back again.
Jobs were lost
because of COVID, not because he created those jobs.
How many jobs were lost due to COVID?
Those jobs were lost because of COVID.
How many jobs were lost during COVID?
Millions.
Correct. How many millions?
Then people were getting the jobs, those positions back.
How many millions?
I don't have the exact number.
I do.
But
7 million.
They gave Biden that number.
No, sir. The correct number is 7 million. Okay?
Right,
Joe Biden created 16 million jobs. So if you remove the 7 million from COVID, which I'm totally okay with doing, okay, I'm totally okay, that still leaves Biden with 9 million jobs that he created. Donald Trump created 5.
Let me tell you, it was not just 7 million across the entire America.
Million.
It was more.
It was 7 million because Donald Trump created 5 million jobs and left office with negative 2 million jobs. But I don't blame Trump for being negative 2 million jobs. It wasn't his fault. That was COVID's fault. That's totally fine. I get that. That makes sense. So, okay, Donald Trump lost 7 million jobs during COVID. We won't count that against Trump, and we won't count that for Biden. Easy. So we take away the 7 million. Joe Biden still created 9 million jobs, which is still almost double of what Donald Trump created.
Okay. Every administration will blame the other one for many things that they encounter when they get into the administration. And that's the way it always happened in politics. Now, what I will tell you, one thing is, I don't think Americans are dumb enough to not see a reality of what's going on in the United States to choose just based on gender. And I think we pass on that. And I will tell you something. I strongly believe that if somebody else, like maybe Hillary Clinton, was, I 100% sure about that. Hillary Clinton had better option to win in the election than Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris have no track record for people to trust her and vote for her, and that was the reason why the Democratic Party didn't win in this election. Not because
there's
we were better
lots
off
of reasons
before
why the
or not.
Democratic Party didn't win in this election. One, I will say, obviously misogyny. That is still a huge problem within the United States. Second of all, Kamala Harris had to run a 100-day campaign, which is almost freaking impossible. Okay, that's another problem. Third of all, like I said, Donald Trump is very good at campaigning. It's a shame he's not as good at freaking running the country as he is at campaigning. But he's very, very good at campaigning. I have no doubt of that whatsoever. Fourth of all, Donald Trump's real good at lying. He lied a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, there's lots of reasons. Also, freaking the Democratic Party somehow got stuck in a vacuum of identity politics, thanks to the right pointing out identity politics, not because of what the left did, because of what the right did. So there's lots of reasons why they did it. But if you're going to say it's not
Democrats
because
are making a lot of mistakes, and that's the reason they lost
I'm
the
not
House,
a Democrat.
they lost the Senate.
Sir, I'm not a Democrat. I really couldn't give a shit. But honestly, your refusal to really listen to what we're doing this conversation, I'm kind of just ready to move on to the next guest. So I hope you have a good day.
No
okay?
problem. You too.
All right. All right, y'all. We're going to hit up a couple super chats real quick so I don't get too far behind on them. So I really appreciate that. Also, they're kind of repeating. I don't know why they're doing that. Yeah, let's go through a couple of those. The Blackie Chan said they didn't get reckless. They lied. Trump ran on immigration crime waves when immigrants statistically commit less crime. Yes, he absolutely did. And they commit much less crime. I think it's like 30 times less likely to make crimes, especially when it comes to undocumented immigrants within violent crime. So, yeah, 100%. But, that's how he scares people. For sure. Keep it real. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. All right. Well, I appreciate the $5. I really appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much. Angie said, have you seen the Trump episode on South Park? Fucking hilarious. I've seen clips of it. I haven't gotten to see the whole thing yet. I've only gotten to see clips, but yeah, pretty good so far. I definitely say I like it. I need to watch the whole thing. It's really the clips I've seen have been really funny. CJ3K Music says inflation equals Trump's COVID economy, $9 trillion. Yeah, and his just oblivious printing of money. If you actually look at like Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley, they actually talked a lot about him printing money and causing inflation. So yeah, that was definitely something that definitely happened. So yeah, but thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it. Blackie Chan again says gas companies are greedy and make record profits. Yes, they do. And actually we could talk about like things like the OPEC Plus deal, which actually caused a lot of the higher gas prices, which was literally gas companies being greedy and Donald Trump pretty much just feeding them, money because they were greedy. But yeah, pretty much. But thank you so much, Blackie Chan. I appreciate that. All right, y'all, we're about to move on to the next caller. Keep this thing moving. I'm about to open up these phone lines. But if you guys would like support, I do have, like I said, super chats open, memberships open. I haven't even checked my Discord. I hope no one's in there like winning at bingo. We had a lot of stuff in that bingo right there. So I'm sure that if we were playing bingo, like there had to have been something in there. I don't know how many people are playing, but we do have bingo open over in the Discord. If you are a member or a subscriber and you'd like a chance to win some merch, we do have bingo cards that are in my Discord in the sub-only space. And you can win merch and all sorts of cool stuff like that. If you guys are in here and you're enjoying the live, make sure you guys hit that sub button, turn on notifications, or hit that follow button, depending on which platform you're on. And make sure you're turning on the notifications so you know when I post content and all that fun stuff. So I really appreciate you guys. Guys, give me 2 seconds real quick. All right, let's open up these phone lines. Keep this thing going. Sorry about that. Really, really appreciate you guys and all being here. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate all the support and all this sort of stuff. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. How old are you?
I'm 61.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I sure do.
Why is that?
I think he's got a great capacity to be a strong leader of this country. I'm glad to see we got a strong man back in the White House.
Awesome. And how is he strong?
Well, I tell you, I've been on this planet for a while now, and when I look at him and when I hear him speak, I just know he's got the biggest set of balls this world has ever seen, and his cock is probably about 12 inches long.
Well,
and
I bet you would like that, sir. I bet you would like that. Ugh, kind of strange, though. But that's okay. Like I said, if you talk to any MAGA for long enough, you are going to get to male genitalia eventually. Hello, how are you? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how are you today?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
How's it going?
It's going well. How about yourself?
Doing pretty well.
Awesome. How old are you?
Says, why do you... I'm 38.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
I've got a few reasons. I boiled it down to 9. Would you like to hear them?
No. We'll just start with your first one, and we'll go from there.
Well, right to try. Are
Right
you familiar
to
with
try?
that one?
I think I've heard of it. You can expand.
Well, my aunt has terminal ALS, and it's a condition where you basically lock inside your body. And there are experimental drugs that are currently under FDA delay that are eligible for folks who are in these very, very dire health circumstances where they can try the medicine, even though it may affect them negatively. They have the right to try that medicine to try to live. So he supported that, and I really appreciated him doing that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I have no real problem with that.
I also like, lately he did the no tax on tips.
Yeah, I don't have really a problem with that either.
And my ex, who I still love very much, we're still in touch, and she's an immigrant from Turkey, and she's trying to make her way in America, and she's a server, and this is a huge help for her.
Hold on, I'm actually real quick. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Continue. I wasn't actually talking to you there.
No, you're cool. The same thing with the overtime. My dad was a police officer for about 30 years, and he wasn't home a lot. He was outside of the house because he was working so much to make overtime. And I think with police officers and servers and people who make money on overtime, that gives them the ability to be home with their families a lot more. So I really appreciate
it. Actually really doesn't, because the no tax on tips and no tax on overtime is just a tax deduction, and it's only a very limited amount. You understand that, right?
I mean, $1,400 for no tax on overtime, that's like the average income deductible, and that's a lot.
$1,400? Where are you getting $1,400 from?
Well, just that's from a report from Kiplinger, but it doesn't really matter the exact. If it's 2,000, if it's 500, if it's that's relief for people. And that's
how is it relief to have a tax deduction?
Well, when people don't pay taxes, they have more money in their pocket to buy things.
But they are
like
paying
food,
taxes. Again,
diapers.
it's a tax deduction at the end of the year. They're not getting to not claim them as it goes. They're not getting to get free money to continue to buy diapers and things like that as it goes. At the end of the year, there is a certain amount in which they can claim that they had those tips or that overtime, and then they can reduce that as as a deduction, which will just help their return or help them to pay less taxes for a very small amount once they file taxes. But there's no guarantee
right?
if that doesn't change your tax bracket. Actually, it's really, it's minuscule, but I guess it's fine. I don't have a problem with no tax on tips. I actually wish that when he had done it, it was expanded more like how Bernie Sanders wanted it.
I didn't quite hear that last part.
I said I wish that actually for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, because you do understand that was a Bernie Sanders policy, right?
Hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I'm just saying it was a leftist policy which was claimed to be socialism back when Bernie Sanders tried to introduce it and wanted it was socialism and too far left for everybody. But I'm just saying, like, I wish it had been on more Bernie Sanders thing where it's actually expanded and we could actually have where they could actually have like long lasting, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, where instead of, and do that while actually continually helping them, because that's only a 3-year thing, right? Donald Trump specifically said it to expire after he leaves office so that the next president doesn't get that. But what he did do while doing that is he made permanent cuts to corporations and rich people's tax cuts. So he did a very temporary, I like to call that like throwing the bones off the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gave a little tiny, like, oh, you get $25,000 tax deduction here and a $12,500 tax deduction here for a few years while I'm still in office, so you like me. But I'm going to make all the rich people that are going to, make billions and billions and billions out of taxes, I'm going to make their tax cut permanent.
I like it all. I like all the tax cuts. I think people should spend money the way that they want to spend money. But anyway, so why do you support Trump? He fires bureaucrats. He supports,
fires bureaucrats.
With Doge, creating Doge and cutting thousands and billions of dollars of extra federal useless employees. I think it's a good
he
thing.
did not do that. Actually, government spending's at its all-time high. You know that, right?
No, but he's firing the bureaucrats. I'm not talking about spending.
No, he's just firing people. They're not bureaucrats. These people actually specifically, a lot of the times the people that were in there were completely nonpartisan, independent freaking people that were just government employees. A lot of actual veterans are actually what got caught up in there. And he wasn't very specific on who he fired. He just fired people across the board. Right. And he just said, like, I'm going to get rid of all these people. Well, I mean, you say you like that, but then we end up firing people that, had to have the National Suicide Hotline for veterans to be shut down. And now we have wait times for veterans that are exponentially longer when it comes to their healthcare than it was before because of the firing of those people. We have different people that are in charge of, alerting people within, for national emergencies and stuff like that have been fired or removed from office and stuff like that. So you can say you support that, but maybe that's just because you're not affected by, all of these firings, but a whole shit ton of people really are, and they're dying literally in the United States right now because of it.
No one's dying because they got fired from their government job.
No, the person that got fired isn't dying. The people that freaking they help are dying. I'm not saying that when he cut those freaking jobs from Department of Veterans Affairs, that the people that he fired are dying. I'm saying the veterans are dying because they can't get the help because that person's now fired.
How many veterans died? And how much government waste was saved?
Sir, you don't understand how how we can't freaking exactly quantify how freaking shutting down the veteran suicide hotline freaking quantify exactly how many people died. Do you not think that freaking helping prevent veteran suicide is a good thing?
Did you do you have proof that he shut down the veteran?
Yeah, that's super easy.
Suicide hotline?
Yeah, you can find that literally anywhere. He didn't shut down. Sir, it's not that he shut down and said, hey, I'm going to specifically shut this down. That's what I'm saying. It was indiscriminate firing. It was just, we're going to fire this amount of people. And they didn't actually stop to think and see what was actually happening. So do you think that freaking preventing veteran suicide is a good thing? Yes or no?
No, but I don't.
No, you don't think that preventing veteran suicide. Well, I mean, that's where we're going to have a very big opinion, because I personally think that preventing veteran suicide is a very good thing. I also think that having our veterans, be able to have the health care that they need and to be able to get the benefits they need is a very good thing. But if you just say, like, fuck our veterans and I don't give a shit about them, then I guess that's on you, man.
Well, that's a demonization of my point. But
no, you just said it. I specifically said, do you think we should prevent veteran suicide? And you said no. That's not a demonization of what you said. You just said it.
I misunderstood your question.
Yeah, you just said it. Don't say demonization when you answer the question in the negative.
Well, I think I may have misunderstood what your question was. I think we actually agree that preventing suicide, and it's kind of a bad faith argument. Like, that we're both against suicide.
No, I don't know that we're both against it, because you're the one that's supporting the cuts that freaking actually got rid of things like that. And we've actually seen, like I said, wait times for veteran benefits like triple when it comes to their health care because of those cuts to the Veterans Administration. So you're supporting those cuts, and I'm not.
I am.
So
right. We have clarity, but not agreement. So biological differences in men and women, that's another thing he supports. Ending affirmative action at the collegiate level.
There's always been biological differences between freaking males and females, but there is no biological difference between men and women. Men and women is a sociological construct.
Yeah, you're brainwashed. And I'm glad.
I'm brainwashed because I understand genetics.
No, you don't understand genetics. You think that men
and women are not the same as male and female. Male and female are genetic, identifiers, and men and women are social constructs, especially when we talk about who belongs to which one and what is considered feminine and what is considered masculine.
Yeah. It's a social contagion, and you're supporting it, and I don't.
All right. Awesome. Well, I'm sorry. Do you think that men wearing dresses is a bad thing?
I don't care.
You don't care, even though that's considered feminine?
No. I don't care. I think it's when you start teaching it to children and exposing them.
Teaching what to children? Who the fuck is teaching transgender people to children?
Would you let me speak?
No, you're going to clarify what you mean by that, because there's no, unless you can show me where there is any type of curriculum in any single state in the United States, especially one that was brought up by the left, but just anyone in general where freaking, teaching transgender people to children was happening in a classroom, then you're just bold-faced fucking lying. So where is that happening?
Do you want to hear it or no?
I'd like you to give me evidence that that's happening, please.
So my sister's board of director in a New York City school district, and my mother is a teaching assistant. Okay.
Awesome. So where can I find this?
Not that has any bearing on the facts here, but the facts are that schools across the whole United States have LGBTQ flags hanging in the classrooms.
Oh, gotcha. You're confused that think that an LGBTQ flag equals that we're teaching kids about transgender people. See, that's where the confusion is. I didn't ask you if there was a flag in a classroom. I'm offended by the fact that states like Oklahoma have the 10 Commandments in classrooms. I think that that's very offensive to me. But that's not what I asked you. I said, where in the United States is there a curriculum in which you're teaching transgender people to children? That is what I asked you.
It's a subversive curriculum where they're teaching kids that it's okay to be gay. It's okay to suck dicks of your classmates. It's disgusting.
Oh, awesome. Can you please show me where one curriculum is showing that?
I don't follow the curriculums of every school across the United States.
Well, no, sir. I don't need every school. I'll just take one.
I don't care.
No, sir, if you're saying it's being taught, then I need some type of evidence within a curriculum to show that it's being taught, please. And thank you.
I think you're being delusional.
No, I think that you're just freaking, you're just saying things that you heard on fucking television. And you're saying that, because I heard it on television, I think that they're teaching kids this, when there's absolutely no evidence that anybody is teaching anybody's kids any of that shit, because it's not fucking happening and you're just trying to fearmonger.
What percent of Gen Z?
No, I don't want to hear about percent of Gen Z anything. Either show me where the classroom is teaching people to perform fellatio like you just said. Please show me where that is happening in a classroom.
Across the United States accept LGBTQ or identify as LGBTQAI plus divided by.
Good. Now please show me where in the classroom that's being taught, please and thank you.
It's proof in the pudding, buddy.
That's not proof in the pudding, sir.
How are 20% of kids gay if that's not being taught and reinforced at a young age by
It's not being taught because 20% of people are gay. That's just what happens. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Look, I know that your immediate thought process just goes to, again, performing fellatio. And I think that you probably need some, therapy to work out some closeted feelings that you have inside. And since that's where your mind goes to, the fact that you're relating it to children is really creepy and means you should probably be on a list. Honestly, which is fucking weird.
I'm protecting children.
No, you're not protecting anyone. You're protecting your own fragile fucking. You're protecting your own fragile masculinity, and I mean fragile masculinity.
If you even want to call it masculinity, you don't even want to hear me because you're.
I don't want to hear you. You're a bigot and a piece of shit. You're right. I don't want to hear you.
You're weak, and you can't even hear the other points because you can't even.
Why would I want to hear the point of somebody who is literally just making claims without any fucking evidence that anything is existing? Sir, can you please show me? No, sir.
Get through the list, dude.
Sir, I don't need to get through the list. You show me evidence of this one thing, and I'll let you move on to whatever you want to go on to. How about that?
It's so obvious to all your supporters that LGBT.
You see how he's not providing any type of evidence to any of this shit? No, sir. You don't get to finish another fucking sentence on my live until either
Look at
A,
your cussing. You're
you
a fucking
show
pig,
me,
clown, faggot,
you show
fuck. I hope you
me.
fucking die, you fucking
Oh,
queer
there
fuck.
he goes. Oh, look
I hope
into his
you-
little crash
I hope all
out.
these kids-
He thinks he's
I
a
hope all
big
these
guy.
kids that you're leading into this
Oh, look at the
ideology
little MAGA
escape from that
crash out. Oh, you
ideology.
poor
I hope
baby.
you-
Oh, listen to the little MAGA crash out. Oh, see,
insane.
He got all of those. He got all of those feelings. I told him about those closeted feelings that he had, and he got all worked up inside. He got all worked up inside and felt all bad. Yo, make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. Make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys would like support, I think I put up the little fireworks gift goal just for fun. I thought I'd pull that up. And also, if you guys would like support, I do have super chats open. Those go a long way to helping me keep doing this every single day. That 420 dude, thank you so much for the super $5 super chat that just says just hearts and it looks like people making out. Love it. Great stuff. I really appreciate that. So if you'd like to support, I do have super chats open. I am trying to hit a little goal. I'm about halfway there on hitting my little super chat goal for the day. So if you guys would like to support there, every single dollar super chat counts. I put them up on the screen. We have fun. We talk about them. Also, if you really want to help support, think about becoming a member. Think about becoming a paid subscriber. Be eligible for our giveaways, for our bingos, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I really appreciate that. For less than a cup of coffee a month, you can support a local progressive creator like me. In the arms of an angel. Oh, okay. I won't sing anymore to you guys. I appreciate it. They're like $4 for the memberships. Okay, it's like not that serious. All right. All right, I think we had a couple of like little TikTok guests. I was gonna bring up one if we had anybody that looked
It's insane.
That looked, like an eligible person to talk to. Let's bring up this person. We'll try this guy out. With love, January. Thank you so much for that paid subscription. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you? I don't know how I came up on your live, but I'm enjoying it. You're great. You're the best live guy I've heard. I mean, you have me over here smiling and laughing. I'm a veteran.
Thank you for your service, sir.
45 years of service for this country. And I'm telling you, brother, I am enjoying you. I'm here. I'm working at a federal building and somewhere in the country. And I'm doing security work at that federal building. And I'm telling you, brother, I've been watching you for over an hour and a half. You're great. And keep on doing. I am a fan. You guys, I hope you come on often because you, my brother, are one of the most intelligent content creators I've heard on this live.
Thank you so much,
TikTok.
man. I appreciate that. That really means a lot.
You, brother. Keep on doing what you're doing. I mean, you make me proud to be a servant of America.
Well, you make us all proud by being a veteran. Thank you so much for your service. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night at work. All right, brother?
Okay, brother. Thank you.
All right, man. Bye. Oh, my goodness. Philly Cheesesteak, thank you so much for the gifted sub on TikTok. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Philly. And Philly went ahead. Philly sent that to Raheem right there. Wasn't that sweet? Go Philly. WHF for Philly for saying that to Raheem. Joining the team over here. That is absolutely awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Philly. Thank you so much, Raheem. That is very, very sweet. And Gina, thank you so much for the $7 Canadian dollar super chat over here, saying even one sewer slide is too much. That doesn't mean how many veterans. Exactly. Well, how many veterans died because of Donald Trump's policies? You know, if it's only a few, then I guess I'm okay with it. Disgusting. Thank you so much, Gina. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Dick, thank you so much for the $7.99. I think DKK is Denmark, if I remember correctly. I think it's Denmark. But thank you so much for is that right? Am I right on that? Is that the correct currency? But it says you're doing awesome work. Keep up your good vibe. I'm trying to over here. I think we're having a good vibe. It's a Saturday evening. We're having some fun over here, right? Hell yeah. All right. Appreciate that, Dick. I appreciate that. Dick and Gina. W's in the chat for Dick and Gina for the super chats. Keeping lives like this going every single day. I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to keep this thing going, keep this thing moving on. Let's open up these phone lines and get on to our next caller. Let's get on with our next caller. I appreciate y'all. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do, and I just wanted to expand on what the last caller was talking about. So I was in high school when Biden was president, and he actually did teach me how to suck dick and get my dick sucked and get fucked.
All right, we're going to move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. Really appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much. Ugh. I'm going to have a little apple juice. Keep this night going. Hello, how are you? Goodbye. Have a good one. Hello, how are you?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
36.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
He's done a lot good for this country.
Like what?
Compared to the previous administration.
Like what?
So the unemployment rate is down.
The unemployment rate's at like 4% or something.
Right now it's at 2.6.
All right, let's see. Maybe I'm thinking of inflation. No, I think you're confusing the unemployment rate and inflation rate. Yeah, inflation rate's at 2.7, but the unemployment rate's 4.2, I believe.
I misspoke.
Yeah.
My apologies. Now I'm looking at this before, and your previous caller said something, and you said that the unemployment rate was at like 2 something in Biden's term, but
2.4.
From what I'm looking at, I could be wrong, but it says the lowest was 3.4 with the average of 4.1.
Is it 2.4 or is it 3.4? Am I confused? I thought it was 2.4.
3.4 is what I'm reading. Now, again, I could be wrong. I like the point.
It was
you brought
3.4.
up.
Okay, sorry. Donald Trump's low was 3.5. Biden's low was 3.4. That's what it is. I said 2. You're right. I misspoke. That's on me.
And I don't like people who bring that argument up. In my opinion, is that with the COVID thing, it was kind of like a administrations of both. You can't really say the unemployment rate as a factor for somebody's successful presidency coming in and out of pandemic. But you can, if before the pandemic, like in the Bush era, his unemployment rate was really skyrocketing high, and Obama went down, and then the whole COVID thing happened. So I think that whole talking point is very flawed, especially nowadays. Another thing though that you brought up.
What would that have to? What would one have? Sorry, you confused me on that one. What does the pandemic have to do with his unemployment rate being lower?
No, I'm saying that it's a talking point in politics, that the unemployment rate, but no one ever mentions the COVID pandemic in the same sense. So it's a very flawed point.
How is it a flawed point? What does the pandemic have to do with his unemployment rate being lower than Donald Trump's?
Because when the COVID thing happened and Biden took office, that was kind of like the end of COVID. So the employment rate went up naturally.
Oh yeah, the unemployment rate went up at due to COVID 100%, and then it came right back down after we reopened up from COVID. But having having a record unemployment rate in 2023 doesn't have much to do with that. That's still a really good unemployment rate, regardless of what the time it is.
I think though personally that anybody who was in that seat would have had the same numbers.
That's a possibility, but I could also say that anybody that was in the presidency seat under Donald Trump's presidency after the economy he got handed over from Obama would have had the same numbers.
Very well. That point is very well made.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that you mentioned was the transgender thing in the previous caller, who I say was a complete asshole. He did crash out, and I did laugh at that.
Hey, that's the second thing we'll agree on this conversation.
Look at this, and see, we can get along. But what I'm saying is there is a law, though, in California that does say that they have to, I guess, mention it or bring it up in school as part of one of their curriculums. Now, I understand that the law can be perceived on the right side as forcing the issue and the left side as being all-inclusive. But in actuality, it's the times. It's the times of the day.
Hold on. You're saying there's a law in California that does what?
There is a law in California that says that the curriculum has to have LGBTQ inside of it.
I have never heard of that ever.
It is a law. If you just write in California, it says that California law has to mandate LGBTQ inclusive education, ensuring students learn about the role and contributions of LGBTQ people, which also includes providing accurate and comprehensive sexual health education that acknowledges diverse sexual orientations and gender identities.
Well, I mean, that all
It's
sounds
called the
great.
Fair Education Act.
It's called the what
Inclusive
Education
Sex
Act? Hold on. It's called the
Education. Sorry, go
what
ahead.
Education Act?
It's multiple breakdowns. I'm just Googling it, but it's the Fair Education Act, the Inclusive Sex Education, California Health Youth Act, the Protection Against Bias Act, the Support for LGBT Students Act, and then I agree with the Parental Notification Act, which basically protects LGBTQ students from being harassed and bullied. I agree with that.
California Educational Code, Social Content. So the first one you talked about says portray accurate and equitably the culture and racial diversity of American society, to demonstrate the contribution of minority groups and males and females to the development of California and the U.S. Emphasize people in varied positive and contributing roles in order to influence students' school experiences constructively, and not contain inappropriate references to commercial brand names, products, or corporate logos. So that's that.
Yes.
That's that Fair Education Act. That has nothing to do with what you're talking about. But let's see. It was signed into law in 2011 and went into effect in 2012. It amends the California Education Code to include the fair, accurate, inclusive, and respectful reference to contributions of people with disabilities and members of the LGBTQ community in history and social studies curriculum. So just saying that gay people exist?
No, that is part of it. That's what I'm saying. That's part of it. Now, there's also another act that's in the breakdown of all what the Republican talking points are, and that's the Inclusive Sex Education, which is the California Healthy Youth Act, which mandates comprehensive, accurate sex education, including teaching information about diverse sexual orientations and gender identities.
I think that's great.
But you said there was nothing in writing, and I'm just saying there is. That's all.
Well, I mean, that's not. He said that they were teaching kids at a young age to be transgender. That's not
mischaracterization.
Yeah, that's not what he said. If you're telling me they're teaching sex ed in California and they're actually including all the different ways that people have sex, I think that's pretty good. I think I kind of like that. Yeah,
well,
that's
you
pretty
like
awesome.
that, and I disagree with it. But hey, that's what we're here for.
Well,
huh?
sir, do you think that if we don't like in the you sound like a decently intelligent person, right? Do you think that gay people are not going to have sex if they don't teach them about it in school?
Well, no, I just don't. No, you make a good point right there.
Yeah, so I mean, gay people are going to have sex, and I'm we were both teenagers at some point, right? And we're trying, just walking around. I don't know, mostly just horny, I guess. You're when you're a teenager or whatever. So they're going to have sex. So if they're going to have sex anyway, why not teach them how to do it safely and how things work, right? To be able to understand things like condoms and STDs and all the things that could come along with it, right? So by teaching sex education, you're not going to teach someone. I mean, I'm like you said, you were like 61, right? Is that what you said?
No, 36.
36. I talked to someone else that was 61, but so we're about the same age. And dude, we were, like I said, we were going to do it at that age regardless, so you might as well just teach the kids how to do it safely and correctly. I think that that's a good thing. I don't think that's teaching, because I mean, I think that you would agree, right? As I'm assuming you're straight.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't think that anyone in high school teaching you that gay sex exists was going to make you gay, right?
No, I believe that you're born gay.
Yeah, so if they're gonna, hey, there's number 3 thing that we agree on. See, we can agree on tons of stuff, but I agree that if people are born gay, which I 100% believe, right, and then they should be taught the correct way and safe ways to have sex also.
I agree with that. Now that also brings back into the religious liberty part of it too. My third point is that while the Republicans, which I agree with, like to push out the Christianity and all this other stuff, it kind of ties in. What I'm saying is if they have the right to teach all their beliefs on sex education, there should also be a right for people to have the freedom of religion. What that means is that if people don't agree with what they're teaching, there should be able to be a way for the students to so on opt out of it. And that is what the left doesn't agree with that, but the right does. Now, just the option of being able to opt out of it is what I agree with.
Well, First of all, I'm pretty sure that there already is that option for sex ed classes and other things like that for parents to be able to pull their kids to be able to opt out of it. I don't know a state that doesn't already have that ability.
It's hard for some certain states. Like I'm from Massachusetts, and it's very difficult too, especially because, well, I just don't trust the public school system anyway. So that's just another thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around. But another thing that I agree with.
Can I make a comment? Can I make a comment about that really quick though? Just to throw that out there. And while I understand, I'm pretty sure you can opt out in almost every state in the United States, if not everyone. I've never known of one that you can't do that, right? You need parental consent to teach things like sex education. I honestly do truly believe that you shouldn't be able to, right?
Why is that?
Well, this is a personal. This is personal, right? This is totally personal. But see, I grew up in a very, very, very religious household, and I went to a very religious school. And so I was taught pretty much abstinence as the only form of sex education. But I didn't believe in that, right? As myself, like I personally didn't believe in that. So I wasn't taught things like sex education in high school when I desperately needed it, because I could have gotten myself in a lot of trouble because of things I didn't understand at that age, because of the ideals that my parents thought I should have. Right? They thought I shouldn't be having sex instead of just understanding that I was going to and I needed to be educated on that. So I really do think it should be more the kid's choice than the parent's choice. But that's my personal opinion.
All right. And I also agree. That's a very great point. And just one of the last topics, so I can get another caller in for you. So maybe you'll get another crash out or two.
No, you're good,
thing
man.
I like was the missiles. I love those missiles going over there. Going after Iran. That was the first time, President, decided, hey, we have to make a stance for America first. And destroying the nuclear program was a very good achievement for the United States. Whether you agree or disagree with it, I think it protected us in the long run.
Well, it just didn't do that, though. That's the problem.
Okay, now that's maybe something we do disagree on.
Well, I mean, we have intelligence reports from over 50 countries, including Israel, that show that it was not an obliteration, as Donald Trump said. Like, was there damage done to the nuclear facilities? Yes, there was. But pretty much every damage report from anyone in the region and most of our allies, if not, I think all of our allies, showed that we did less than 6 months of damage to their nuclear program. While also they freaking were able to move like 400 kilograms of 60% enriched uranium. And we don't know where it's at. And now the UN, nuclear inspectors have been removed from the country. So now they have a bunch of uranium that we don't know where it's at. They have a bunch of nuclear facilities that were not completely destroyed. So they still have, all their enrichment capability. And we don't have inspectors in there to see if they're actually holding up their end of the bargain. So I would easily make the argument that we are less safe from Iran having a nuclear weapon than we were before.
Do you not think, though, that we're watching them?
Of course we're watching them, but we were watching them from the inside before, and now we're watching them from the outside.
We have a good intelligence from the outside, and we definitely have intelligence from the inside. There's many of which I assume, spies and stuff, especially from the Israelis, that are inside right now that are giving us intelligence.
Well, the Israelis...
That is why the United States...
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's why the United States has failed. This administration, has backed Israel in every second of the way, is because their intelligence is so strong for us that we cannot fracture that relationship.
Well, Israel said that Iran was 2 weeks away from getting a nuclear weapon in 1992. And then in 1996, and then 2002, and then 2008, and then 2012, and then 2016, and then 2018, and then 2022, and now in 2025. They've said that they were 2 weeks away from having a nuclear weapon for the last 33 years straight, and not one point during that time did they ever create a nuclear weapon. So for that intelligence obviously was not very verified or very good, because they obviously weren't creating a nuclear weapon. And yeah, I'm sure we have spies in places and all sorts of stuff, but you know who else has spies in places? All of our allies. And they're all saying that we didn't destroy their nuclear facilities.
Well, we delayed it by 2 years.
Less than 6 months.
Well, the report in July 2nd stated 2 years, and that was from the Pentagon.
Yeah, the initial Pentagon report showed that it was 3 to 6 months, and then when Donald Trump came out and said, "I don't like that answer," then they updated it to say 2 years. But the initial defense assessment said less than 6 months.
That was from other intelligence, especially from Israel.
That was ours.
They said that they went. Well, Israel helped with that intelligence, and the UN too. The UN nuclear watchdog.
Actually, the UN nuclear watchdog did not have a say in that whatsoever. And if Israel did it, you just were the one talking about how great Israel's intelligence is. So, I mean, that should be a plus, right?
But Rafael Grossi is the name of the guy who said that.
Yeah, sir. Again, there's been assessments of this by over 50 of our allies across the world, and they all agree across the board. The only one that doesn't agree is Trump, and that's it, right? He's the only one.
That was the preliminary assessments. Was the months. That was when the strike happened, and they couldn't go in and check it. That was preliminary.
We still can't go in and check.
Now the after action in July 2nd, which was way after the preliminary assessments, is when they said it was damaged up to 2 years.
Up to 2 years, sure. Even if it was up to 5 years, let's just say we sent them back 5 years, which we didn't. Not even close. Okay, let's just say we did. Okay, all that means is that we set them back 5 years, and now 5 years from now, we have less of a standing in negotiations than we do now, because this time when we tried to negotiate, we betrayed our own negotiations and attacked. So now Iran never has a reason to trust us with the negotiations ever again because we freaking bombed them. So even if it was 5 years down the road, we are still more likely to have a nuclear weapon from Iran than we were before because of this attack. Every president since 1992 has understood that. Okay, it's understood that unless unless they were actually actively trying to create a nuclear weapon, this was a bad call. And the director of national intelligence said earlier this year that Iran did not have a nuclear weapon and was not trying to make one. But now they have a reason to make one. This looks like North Korea all over again, right? It looks like they're saying, okay, if you're not going to freaking work with us, we can't use nuclear weapons as a bargaining chip in order to be, players on the world stage. If you're not going to allow us to do that and you're going to attack us, then we might as well get a nuclear weapon because that's the only way that we're actually going to be recognized as a country.
Well, the Korean War was a proxy conflict. It had no direct correlation to a nuclear weapon.
No, I'm not talking about the Korean War specifically, sir. I'm saying that North Korea's, that when they had their stint, when they were trying to get a nuclear weapon and we were trying to, stop them, they said the only way they were going to be respected as a nation was to be able to have nuclear weapons in order to attack, right? And I'm feeling that that's the same way with Iran. Iran was using their threat of nuclear weapons in order to be a player on the world stage, in order to, negotiate with us economically, and all sorts of other ways. But if they no longer have a reason to negotiate with us and use that threat of nuclear weapons and say, hey, we want to be a part of the world stage, if they have no reason to do that anymore, then why didn't they just create a nuclear weapon? So then we have to respect them.
Well, here's the thing with that, is that they will never will.
I mean, regardless of whether they will or not, them trying is bad. And they weren't trying before.
Try all they want,
but they weren't trying.
They can continue to try.
No, but they weren't trying before. That's what I'm telling you, sir. They weren't trying, and now they have every reason to try. But
they were. See, that's where you and I disagree with. They were trying. Their enrichment levels were at the level of a nuclear weapon.
Sir, they were not.
A country who's aligned with Russia, who is an enemy of every single body except themselves, says, hey, listen, we have nuclear capabilities to build a weapon. We're going to blow the shit out of them.
Sir, they were not
continue to blow the shit out of them.
They were not at weapons grade. That's what I'm telling you, sir. They were not at weapons grade.
Intelligence disagrees with you.
No,
sir.
Our intelligence earlier this year said that they were nowhere near a nuclear weapon. They were not trying.
Well, that's just false.
Sir, look at Tulsi Gabbard on the freaking the director of national intelligence on her freaking briefing to Congress. I think it was in like February or March, where he said we had all of the intelligence, and all of that intelligence showed that they did not have a nuclear weapon and were not trying to make one. Their highest enrichment level was 60%. Okay, weapons grade enrichment is 90%.
Well, Tulsi Gabbard did come out and say that Iran could produce nuclear weapon within weeks. And that was in June.
Yeah, they could produce a weapon within weeks, but they weren't trying to.
Well, you just said they didn't have the capability.
They did have the capability. Sir, I think you're confused here. Did they have the capability of doing so? Yes. And they still do. Okay, that hasn't changed.
And they threatened us with it.
Okay.
So we blew the shit.
No, we didn't blow the shit out of anything. We just pissed them off.
That's fine. We can kick the anthill. We'll keep kicking the anthill until it doesn't become an anthill anymore.
So you want another prolonged war in the Middle East?
Oh, that won't be a prolonged war. It'll be really quick.
No, it would not. If we really, in order to actually dismantle Iranian nuclear program, it would take boots on the ground, and that would be a prolonged war in the Middle East.
It won't be prolonged at all because the moment they attack NATO, every NATO country in the world is going to go against them. Russia's also dismantled.
They wouldn't be attacking us. We would be attacking them.
And then they attack us, and NATO will come in.
No,
just like
that's not how it works. If we're the aggressor and attack, and then they retaliate, NATO has no necessity to respond.
They can respond all they want. They did in 2001.
They did in 2001 because we were attacked unprovoked.
We were attacked unprovoked by a non-government source in Afghanistan.
Sir, I understand that, sir, but in 2001 they responded because we were attacked unprovoked. If we attack Iran
and they also
first,
joined us in the Iraq war too.
Yes, but if we attacked Iran without provocation,
Iraq never attacked us.
Sir, if we attacked Iran without provocation, NATO has no necessity to respond.
They don't have a necessity, but they will, just like they did in 01 and 04.
They would not.
And especially if Russia comes into it. Because, listen, with Iran, you got China and Russia and North Korea and some other small little countries. I think they have a say in things.
God. And how long were we in Afghanistan, sir? How long were we in Afghanistan?
Oh, we were in there for a long time, 3-4 years.
Try 2 decades.
Well, 2 decades with the war on terror, that spread over Afghanistan. Specifically, Afghanistan with the 9/11 was about 3 to 4 years.
That if you think you were looking bad in Afghanistan, it would be even worse with Iran.
Well, I'm saying is now, though, they can't have a leg to stand on. Russia's already halfway dismantled from the Ukrainian war, so they got nothing, really. That's why we haven't even said anything to them, because they're nobody.
Sir, the recruiter's office is open.
China's just marinating, so if Iran wants to build a nuclear weapon, they can go right ahead, because we'll blow the shit out of them. And if China wants to join in, they can join in all they want.
The assistant Russian defense minister offered Iran a nuclear weapon for free.
That's fine. They can do that. That's all propaganda. I don't believe anything out of Russia. I don't believe anything at all.
Yeah, that I agree with.
Russia does a lot of red herrings. All right, that's what they do.
Sir,
that's
personally, I would just rather we didn't have more of our troops die.
Oh man, I agree with that, but war is war. We're human beings.
But we don't have to be at war.
War has started all since the Bible.
You're choosing to be in war. Okay, that is choosing. Okay, what the heck? Let's take the live chat didn't appear on your screen last. What are you talking about? You're choosing to be in war. Like you're choosing for American troops to die. That's what you're choosing right now. That's what things like this attack.
I'm choosing to.
They're choosing the world. You're not protecting the world from a country again that was not building a nuclear weapon.
So if Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons, let's say we agree on that now. Let's just say I agree with you that they have no shot in hell of getting a nuclear weapon.
I didn't say no shot in hell.
Their number one ally does. Their number one ally does.
That's more of a reason not to attack them.
So if Russia has a nuclear weapon and Iran gives the materials over to Russia during the Ukrainian war, wouldn't you think it'd be smart to blow the shit out of Iran's materials? So they can't give it to Russia?
But we didn't because
can't use it against Ukraine?
But that didn't happen.
But Iran, well, it's just common sense now. In my mind, Iran had the nuclear capabilities. They had the materials. They're allies with Russia. Russia has a nuclear program, then they have weapons. They send all that material to Russia. They're fighting Ukraine. To prevent that from happening, we blow the shit out of Iran so Russia can't use it against Ukraine, because if they do, that's World War III.
Oh, hold
So
on,
these
hold on.
are
That
all
escalated so
prevention
quickly.
tactics.
So you think that we should blow up enrichment facilities in a country that's not fighting a war in order so they can't help a country that already has the second most nuclear weapons on the planet, so they don't use them against Ukraine?
If it's a step forward in that direction, yes,
It
100%.
is not. It's 4 steps in the other direction.
I don't believe so. It's like I'm put it in a small space. You know, you got somebody with a gun giving it to somebody who's going to rob somebody. If you stop the guy getting it from the gun, it might prevent that guy from robbing somebody for
Sir,
a day.
the guy that's going to rob
Until
someone
he gets
has the
another
second
gun.
most amount of guns on the planet.
Well,
you do
they already
realize
used half of them against Ukraine.
Russia hasn't used any nuclear weapons against Ukraine.
They have used all their other weapons. What I'm saying is that if they need the nuclear facilities, the nuclear capabilities, right? And Ukrainians and all their allies are blowing the shit up out of them. They need more material somewhere, so where are they going to get it? They ain't going to get it from China. They're going to get it from Iran.
Their own
What
stockpiles.
do? We blew the shit. Well, we're blowing the shit out of them too. And we're just going to continue to blow the shit out of people until they stop fighting.
Look,
But the thing is,
I'm not blowing the shit out of
is
anybody,
human.
but
I wish we can live in a world that didn't have war. But until I die, there always is going to be war. War is going to kill us. We're going to kill each other, and the world's going to blow up because of us. That's just a natural progression of life. War has started since Christianity. Started it because of religion. And it's going to continue to do so. We can say all day until our face is blue that we don't want war. That's not a reality. That's a fantasy.
no, you can say you don't want war and then you can prepare for war. Those are two things that you can do. You can try at all costs to avoid. No, you can try to avoid war at all costs while also making sure you're prepared if one happens. That is smart, okay? But what is not smart is saying, I'm going to prepare for war, I'm going to hope one doesn't happen, and then I'm going to provoke one. That is an entirely other freaking story, which is what you're advocating for. But I'm going to move on to the next caller because I don't see where this is going. This is ridiculous. So,
well, I thought we had a great call before.
No, we're fine. It's just ridiculous for you to just ignore all of the intelligence from across the planet, including our own, including Israel's, ignore all of this intelligence to think that we blew up nuclear facilities that we obviously didn't. Like, not like kind of didn't, but just like obviously didn't. Like, Donald Trump is literally the only person on the planet saying we destroyed these nuclear facilities. The only one.
That is false. You're just picking and choosing facts that agree with your perspective.
Then who else is?
I just said it 3 times. The UN nuclear program, they said it the same way. I said it again.
The UN nuclear program said that we destroyed them.
It does not agree with you.
You're saying the nuclear.
You like to look up facts.
I'm asking you a question.
You like to look up
I'll look it up right now and I'll put it on the
you.
screen. You're saying the nuclear.
I already said it.
Sir, you're saying that the UN nuclear watchdog said that we blew up all their facilities and it takes 2 years to rebuild. That's what you're saying.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Sure. I'll look it up right now. Let's go. Yeah, I know that. Let's see.
Now make sure you pick something that's recent.
Atomic watchdog Iran not complying with nuclear safeguards. Yeah, no shit.
And you also said that there is no boots on the ground to check the nuclear program. Iran agrees to visit by a team from UN Nuclear Watchdog in coming weeks. That was released 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and the UN watchdog said that they were not complying.
That you did wrong.
Yeah, they just released it. They said they wouldn't, and they did, and then they went there and found out they weren't complying with nuclear safeguards.
But you just said there's no one down there. Now you're just contradicting yourself.
Sir, what are you talking about? There is a dangerous escalation in the region.
You said there's nobody on the ground.
Yeah.
You said there was nobody on the ground like 10 minutes ago. Now you're saying there is.
Sir, is there anyone on the ground right now?
That I made you look up.
No, sir.
I apologize for being wrong.
No, sir. Let me ask you a question. What did you just say to me? You said you just looked up and said what?
I said to you that the UN nuclear watchdog has agreed to go to Iran for a technical team.
And when have they gone there? When did they go there? When did they go there?
You said 10
when
minutes
did they
ago
go
there's
there?
no one on the
When
ground.
did they go there?
Do not pick and choose
When
now
did they
on what
go
you
there?
said and what you didn't say.
When did they go there,
They're
sir?
coming in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from July 23rd.
Awesome. So there's no one there.
You said, though, that no one's on the
Sir,
ground.
is anyone on the ground if they're going in 2 weeks, a week ago?
But you just said no one's going on the ground. That's what you said 10 minutes
is
ago.
there anyone
You're
on
wrong
the
again.
ground if they are going in 2 weeks 1 week ago?
I will call back in a week and I'll let you know
Well,
if they
then
hit the
in a
ground.
week, I'll change my mind because the circumstances may have changed.
But then we go back to the second point I was
right,
making,
awesome.
that there were 2 years.
All right, awesome.
You
So
can't
I'll
just
go ahead and put
pick
this
and
on the
choose
screen.
articles that go along on your beliefs. Even
No,
your
sir,
viewers
you're
on the
trying
chat box
to
notice
trying
it.
to pigeonhole this into a semantics argument, and you're losing.
No, I'm not. Don't,
yes, you are.
Don't.
You
don't,
and Chief
don't
gravely
personally attack me now.
alarmed. You and Chief
Don't
gravely
personally
alarmed.
attack me now. You've been doing that to
Sir,
all the
I'm not
callers that
personally
disagree
attacking.
with you.
Sir,
You personally
I'm
attack
sorry
people.
that you don't like
That's
your.
what you do.
Sir, it's
when you
okay.
lose, you like and pick and choose things.
When you
like to
lose,
hang
do
up
you
on
cry
people,
like
too.
a child? Because that's what you're doing right
See,
now.
there you go. Personally attacking.
Because
you
you're
sound a little
whining. I'm
triggered right
trying.
now.
You said to Google something.
You sound a little triggered. I'm just saying you like to pick and choose articles that are on your beliefs.
3,
Don't get upset
2,
now.
1.
Oh, the countdown started.
You told me to Google something. I'm trying to read what
Did
you
I
told
make
me
the
to Google.
countdown? It looks like I made the countdown. I'm just saying that your
You ever,
articles
like,
that you
yep,
pick
are your
only
parents
lie to your
proud of
beliefs.
you?
So there's another personal attack.
I
You're
just-
not
it was
going to
a
get a
question.
trigger out of me.
Oh, you're already triggered,
You're not going to
sir.
get a trigger out of
You're
me
already
now.
triggered.
I'm just saying
You're
you
so
like to
triggered.
pick articles
It's
that
sad.
only align with your views, even
It's
if they're
really,
fucking 2
really,
years
really
ago.
sad. You can stop crashing out
There
whenever
it
you
is.
want.
I'm not crashing. Look at the
You
little chat
are
box
crashing
underneath
out.
you. You got
You
your little
are
followers,
crashing
your
out,
mods
sir.
that say W host, and then everyone's saying W caller. Because you
Sir,
like to
I'm
pick
not,
and choose
sir,
things
I'm
that
not
only
reading
align with
the
your
chat.
beliefs.
I'm trying
And
to.
then you also like to hang up.
All I was trying to do was put on the screen what you asked me to put on. That's all I was trying to do was put on the screen what you asked me to put on. That's it. Children, bro. Oh my God. MAGA, please raise your children so I don't have to. Please raise your children so I don't have to. Goodness gracious. All I was trying to do was put on the screen what you asked me to put on the screen, you giant fucking crybaby. Oh my goodness. If you tell me all I do is hang up, all I assume that you're trying to do is getting me to hang up because you know you lost the argument. And if you keep trying to get me to hang up, I'll just hang up on you. Anyways, what I was trying to put on here, which is what he asked me to Google, so I'll just go ahead and do it without him here, is Atomic Watchdog says that we're not complying with nuclear safeguards. Yeah. Because no shit. Because why would they? Easy stuff. Next one down here, U.S. chief gravely alarmed by U.S. bombing of Iranian nuclear sites. Oh. Check that out. Interesting, when I Google everything that he asked me to Google, it shows that he was wrong. But I assume that's why he crashed out like a child, so that's totally fine. I assume that's why he crashed out like a child, but that's okay. Yo, we are going to move on to the next caller. I really appreciate that. Guys, if you guys would like to support the live, I do have my super chats open, and we'll keep this thing going. And yeah, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you guys... What? Make sure you guys are joining as members too. Make sure you guys are hitting up those memberships, getting that going, joining the team. Poly obsessed, Poly groupies, Poly all the fun stuff. Poly subscriptions. We're at like 233, doing great over there. Actually, how long have I been on? Make sure you guys subscribe, follow, put on your notifications. I actually think I changed my mind. I'm going to get off. Yeah, I'm going to get off the night. Because I've been on for 2.5 hours and I just got this weird warning. So I don't want to stay on anymore. But anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, all right? Love you guys. Bye. Well, better there, better there.